And welcome back to the Still Striving podcast. The only reason why we're still striving is because I'm still alive somehow. Now, today, sadly, Jake got eaten by Majin Buu. Majin Buu heard that he did not like women, so he ate him. So instead, until we get the Dragon Balls to revive him and somehow get this Spirit Bomb to kill that fucking peak monster, we have our guest of the week, Steve, aka Communist
Yo,
Man.
yo.
He's a communist.
Most
Oh my
definitely a
god.
That
white
listens to
communist.
black.
And
That
a
listens to
gay
Black
one
Crave.
too. A
He's
A
definitely
gay,
gay
different.
communist.
a gay Blade fan.
Yup.
A Blade fan encompasses the communist part as well, by the way.
Yeah, like he's every conservative's nightmare.
He's every
now,
American's nightmare.
Yeah.
now for the people
Yeah.
that are concerned, Jake's dead. He's not actually dead. Some people not gonna get it. He just couldn't join us for this episode because we had this episode cooking up for a bit, right? And sadly, he does not know as much Kanye information like us. So he's like,
He's
you
a
know what?
casual.
Basically, you should know that from the album 2020.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes
Imagine
Juice
not
World.
listening to Kanye.
So if you don't know
Wait,
by
he
the
likes Juice
title,
WRLD?
yeah, he said that on his
Yeah, he
album
does. That
2020.
nigga.
Yeah, that's his album of the year of 2020, the Juice WRLD album.
Never talked to him about music ever.
Yeah, like
He likes Rod
Never.
Wave.
We're starting off
I
the
stopped.
look. We'll talk about it next week. Anyways, so if you don't know from the title or thumbnail, or you just can't read or hear, we're doing a big old Kanye list. Now, for the three people that think that what fucking Watch the Throne is good, spoilers is not in here because it's garbage,
Yeah.
and because the only good collaboration album is Kitsy Ghost.
Whoa, don't spoil it.
I mean, it's just common sense. So how we're gonna do it is, since there is five of us, we're gonna be agreeing 10 through 1 what the top 10 albums are. Now, if you don't know what the 10 albums are, I'm gonna say it in order. Not gonna say the good order. I'm just saying how they came out. So we got College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s, My Beautiful, Yeezus, The Life of Pablo, Yay, Kitsy Ghost is Jesus is King. This is, 2021. We don't know if this nigga has any more albums. It was coming out this year. So we can't add it just in case future niggas like, why don't you add Jesus is my nigga? Like, it ain't out yet. That's why.
Where's Telegraph 2016?
Where's Donda?
Where's Yandi, guys? It's not out. But maybe if Kanye does have like an album this year or next year, we can review it and say where it would be in the top 10 list. So
Hope he stops.
the icebreaker.
Dead ass.
I hope it's better than Jesus is King. That's pretty easy.
I didn't think he was better than that, Coop.
No cap.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
first thing we're gonna start off with is number 10. I'm gonna go on this hill. Graduation is 10.
Huh?
Graduation 10? Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, alright, so 10
Jesus
being
is
the
king.
worst?
Okay. No. Okay. Look.
10
Now,
is the worst.
for me, I
10
feel
the
like
worst?
10 is the worst, obviously.
Oh, okay.
So for me, why I feel like graduation is the quote unquote worst is because at least with, I would say Jesus is a King and graduation is equally terrible, right? But the thing with Jesus is King, niggas don't preach the gospel about Jesus is King, but niggas always, and I mean always, talk about how good graduation is.
What's that got to do with the quality of it?
Yeah, what?
Okay, wait. Okay, wait.
This is just how
Okay,
it's fight.
also, okay, look,
Yeah.
it is house fight, but drunk hot white girls exist. For me, it feels like every song on Jesus King isn't nothing amazing. It's just there is, I love God.
On God.
Man, do I got it?
Close
On
Sunday is
God,
terrible.
close on Sunday. Like,
All right, look,
That intro is,
you're making sense, but they're not as bad as drunk hot white girls.
Yeah, they are.
Look, that's my number 10.
My number 10 is. You can go.
Oh, okay. No, go ahead. because
My number 10 is Jesus is King. What the fuck are we talking about here? It's one of the worst put together albums ever. There's like parts of the album that doesn't even make sense with what just happened before it. In terms of like sonic, it's that album is sonic dissonance, and it is
Oh my
in its purest
word,
form. I hate that album. Like there's parts of that album that doesn't even make sense with what just happened before. Like there will be a section of the song, and then like the next section of the song just changes the key and fucks it up. And I'm like, where did we how did we get here? Like
bro.
how did we
Yeah,
get here?
that. Remember,
that's
use
their
this the
age. Yeah,
gospel.
Like
Use this
that song
gospel had
Yeah.
no
Sailor,
drums
that
until the
song
very
Sailor.
end.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Why do we have a
that song
clips
is
verse with
boring.
no fucking drums? And then the song Sailor has like a part where like he used this very shitty, unmixed stock fucking tom drum. And I'm like, nigga, why? And it's like every time the thing hits, they had like some random vocal sample. It's just so terrible. And then all his verses, every verse on that project is awful, except for God
It's
is.
Yeah,
God is a
God
good
is top
song.
10.
And that's the next part. That's the only good thing about that album. God is amazing. Hands on is pretty good as well. Like it sounds good, but once again, just talking about nothing.
On
Talking
God
about nothing.
has a good beat, but
One of the
that nigga.
worst concepts. One of the worst concepts ever because like the concept doesn't even the concept is I love God because God did this for me, as opposed to anything
That's
that
and the
encompasses
thing
what
is,
gospel
it's
music
just
is.
it's so surface level, so he doesn't really go in depth. But then again, he rushed it. He
Yeah,
did put
Yeah,
really that
Kanye
much
didn't
time
even
into
like
it.
the prop. Yeah, he didn't develop it.
like literally he rushed it so much that like the shit released on this is unfinished, and not in the same sense that Life of Pablo released unfinished, by the way, because Life of Pablo released unfinished in more of a like structured way, like Saint Pablo needed
Yeah,
to
no
be there
structure.
type thing.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
Jesus is King literally just have parts where it was like actually fucked up, like just fucked up for no reason. So no, that there's no way you think that he has like that's an actual unfinished mess. Like when the
Yeah,
way people describe Life of
Oh
Pablo is what
yeah,
Jesus is King is. It's an unfinished mess. There's no way in this world you think
it's
Graduation is worse.
painful.
Yeah, I don't even like Graduation that much, but there's no way you think Graduation is an actual full album that's actually made correctly is worse than Jesus King. You're just tripping. You're just
I
hating on
am.
spite.
I you. Why are y'all
so,
surprised? Y'all know I hate graduation.
but there's no way like you just, there's
Look,
just no way you
you
I
think
gotta
like
Life
I
of
put your
said,
Pablo.
bias to the side. Put
or
your bias
like
to the side.
bias aside, yeah, graduation's better. But this is my top 10. So fuck
So
graduation.
basically, he's saying it's his least favorite Kanye album.
Yes, that's what
Alright,
top 10 is for me.
alright.
Did
All
you
right,
hear
who's
that
going
song?
next?
I'll go next. Is Jesus is King. It's just a hot mess. I remember when it first came out. I made a video on it, and I always said in my video, I said it didn't sound finished. It just sounded like he threw shit at the wall last second and talking about how much he loves God. And everybody in the comment section, the Kanye stands were like, "Nothing's finished, bro. You just gotta listen to it again." I listened to that shit like three or four more times, and I'm just like, nah, this is just. I could not handle it. It was just like this is the downfall of Kanye if I've seen one. So
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. For me, it's Jesus is King, and this is coming from someone that really wanted the album to be good. Kanye's my favorite artist, so uh, like I really had high hopes for it because the thing about Kanye is I feel like for the most part he always goes above and beyond on his gospel tracks. From Jesus Walks to fucking Ultralight Beam, to him, to even like a song like Saint Pablo, and shit like that. It's like, so I was expecting it to be a fucking hit, and it just missed on all fronts. And it's crazy because my mom loves that, and the more and more like I like hear it, like the more and more unbearable it becomes for me. Like On God is like a particular song that like frustrates me because he has actually a decent beat. I will even say a good beat. And he's literally saying back when I thought the book of Job was a job.
job. That's on God.
Jesus Christ!
That's on
like,
God.
Why'd you remind
like,
me of that? That's so.
yeah, like bro,
Oh.
Kanye, like the thing is, I'm one of those niggas like I'll let Kanye get away with dumb lyrics. But the thing is if the thing with Jesus is King is Kanye is trying to be personal on a spiritual level. So something like that doesn't even fit with what he's trying to say. And then when you add on to the top of then when you add on the fact that from a concept standpoint, like Badger said, it makes no sense. But I'm gonna go in a different direction and say it's because another thing that makes no sense is because sometimes it just feels like this could have easily been like the lyrics could have been on Yandi, because Yandi was Ye more in like being Ye, like bragging and all of that. But I feel like in a gospel album, you're not really supposed to be bragging about your accomplishments. You're supposed to be saying, you know, thank God. Like basically, God is what the whole entire project should have sounded like, where you're giving praise, not like, nigga, what I thought the Book of Job was a job, nigga. That's all
That
God.
ain't Christ-like.
Like nigga got in the studio and he was like, God, nigga, God. Like, what
Yeah,
is wrong
I
like,
with you,
love
bro?
God. You love God. I love God.
He did
yeah,
not
like
expound
Then
on
he
the
then he was talking
concept
about
at all.
Chick-fil-A.
yeah,
He did not
yeah. He's
expound
talking
on the
about
concept at all.
Chick-fil-A. You're my Chick-fil-A. It's like, nigga, this is a
Number one's a
gospel album.
lemonade.
Like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and then like the
Please.
thing is, I didn't even really think like when I followed the God first album, I was like, okay, this is cool, like it's decent. Like I still think Follow God is a decent song because at least it's trying to communicate, trying to overcome adversity through spirituality. I can get what Kanye was going for in that song. That's why I don't mind like the whole it ain't Christ like thing. But then it's just like it's too like the thing is Kanye, like Matt said, he was just like throwing shit at the wall. Like I feel like Kanye should have really took his time with it. Because it's like there's no way this should be your gospel album. Yet I feel songs like Ultralight Beam is more gospel than your gospel shit. You get what I mean? Like the Life of Pablo feels more like a true gospel album than fucking Jesus is King, and that's a bad look. That album wasn't Christ-like.
Not good.
No,
Uh,
Style 4 exists, my nigga.
all right,
Yeah.
look.
No, I'm just saying like when you talk about
I
like
know, but I know what you mean, bro.
yeah,
Because Archlight Beam, Father Stretch My Hands,
yeah, all of
and
that
part
shit,
two,
bro.
how that switches, like the transitions between that concept into the next one was much more, thought out than whatever the hell happened with
Hell,
Jesus King.
yeah, I don't know what that nigga was thinking.
No cap. What about you, Steve? What's your number 10?
Alright, so me being a communist and an atheist, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to go with Jesus is king because Jesus is in fact not king. He's not real. But
We're getting canceled.
as Nizzy said, yes, The Life of Pablo is a much more thought out and creative gospel album than Jesus is King ever could be. This shit was so disappointing and just painful to get through.
All right. So the
That
general
niggas calling.
consensus is Jesus is King is number 10.
We got niggas
That's
giving
Look,
Jesus King a
look.
7 and 8.
That's nasty. My number 9, Jesus is King. Basically the same reason why everybody else said.
for
So I'll
me.
continue.
My
Are we
number
going in the
9.
same order? Yeah,
Uh,
okay, we're going in the same order.
yeah.
What is the order?
Okay, I guess the order can be me, Nizzy, Banjo, Matt, and then Steve.
All right, so I'll go next. I'm kind of torn on this, but I guess 808s. And the reason why is like literally nothing. As soon as Young Jeezy comes on Amazing, the whole album just goes to
Hey,
shit.
look, it's our second guest, the vegan. Vegan person, was your. We're on number 10 right now. Hello, people. This is our second guest.
Damn, this nigga
Little
Enzo interrupted me.
a little bit late, but our second guest here is Enzo. Enzo, what's your number 10 off of Kanye? Like number 10
Worst
off.
album.
Yeah, worst album.
What's his worst album?
Wait, hold up. I'm trying to connect my headphones.
Oh,
This man.
brother. Sorry, podcast.
My bad.
Anyways, we be
We
existing.
gotta change the order.
Tonya, chicken would hope you offend.
All right,
What?
let's just
What?
make this easier. Let's just make this easier. The order, what it is on Discord, so it can be easier.
Okay. Sure.
This
Okay.
nigga just
Whatever. Whatever.
All right.
Do we
Continue
all
with
have the
your shit,
same
bro.
order? Because for me,
All
I'm number
right.
one.
Yeah.
Should have
All
number one.
right.
I think it's.
So before I was rudely and weirdly interrupted, uh, yeah, like 808s, bro, is literally. Here
He's
comes
back
this
in it.
Oh
nigga
my
again.
god.
Make up
Just
your fucking
does he
mind.
finish? Does he finish? And then when it's the vegan's turn, he does both of the
Yeah.
10 and
Wait, what
9.
happened?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay,
that,
okay.
that's a good, that's a good
I'll
idea.
budge you in,
Uh,
Enzo. So Enzo. So how we're gonna do it from now on is gonna be top to bottom how it is on Discord. So once after banjo, you can just name your 10 and 9.
10 to 9?
10 and 9 because we did our number 10 and we're at
Like
9 right now.
bottom Kanye
Bottom,
yeah.
albums
yeah,
or
bottom,
something?
Yeah,
yeah.
bottom.
It's
Yeah.
in weekly topics
It's
when
like
we're counting.
Okay.
worst to best. You know.
All right,
Okay.
my nigga.
All right, go Nizzy.
All right. So number 9, nigga, that shit is 808s because literally the moment after Young Jeezy comes on, that album goes to fucking shit. Awful singing from Kanye. Awful
So
singing.
amazing.
Terrible fucking features. Like that Lil Wayne feature. Oh my god.
Ugh.
Like unlistenable. Like
Jesus.
I'm genuinely baffled that niggas trying, like, I know niggas in real life that tries to tell me this is like Kanye's best album. I lose brain cells every time I hear shit like that. This album is
What?
not good
Hold up.
at all.
Nizzy can use bias, but I can't. That's racist.
Say
Huh?
you will though. Still a 10 out
No,
of 10,
I
bro.
know. Like this album
All
is
right,
just
but your
like,
biases doesn't make sense. This is no way you
What?
say graduation worse than Jesus is King. You just fucking stupid.
I literally sat there to say for me, but the reason why I don't like it as much is because of the bias.
Good morning is better than everything about Jesus is
You're
King.
spitting.
Yeah.
By itself.
You're spitting.
That alone
For
should
real.
just tell you to shut up.
Good Morning is an amazing
All right,
song.
look.
But yeah, anyway, like 808's just, it's literally just something that nigga, like, it's just literally an influential piece of work that influenced the generation. That's literally it. If y'all niggas are really about to sit here and tell me that RoboCop is a listenable song, just we can stop talking right there.
Okay.
A lot of these, the same niggas that bump that shit are the same niggas that try and talk shit about Yeezus, and that is just not cool at all.
At all. At all.
Weird.
That was kind of accurate. Not gonna lie.
It was weird, yeah.
Oh, who next?
You.
Oh shit. How?
It goes by the Discord order, since it's easy.
Yeah, but Steve's at the top.
All right, look,
Right.
Steve. All right, Steve, go. Then Magic, you go.
All right. I'm gonna also say 808s and Heartbreaks. This album is just painful to get through. Same thing as Jesus is King. Like, it's so inconsistent. The first 3 tracks are great, and then
Amazing.
as you said, after Amazing, it's just Pinocchio Story is great though. I'll say that. I love Pinocchio Story.
I
Yeah,
feel like
I
it's
respect
overrated.
that,
Yeah, I do too. But
I mean, he thinks
it's
that's
the
his best
best song
song.
post.
I mean, he thinks that's Kanye's best song.
The auto-tune,
Yeah.
the auto-tune on 808s, while it's influential and innovative, it's so mediocre and so just badly and mispurposely used. It's just there's so much better out there.
Niggas
Even
talk
Kanye,
about
all of
Yeah.
Kanye others auto-tune albums or auto-tune songs, so much better than this. Just because this was
No
the
way.
first doesn't mean it's the best.
Yeah.
Street Lights is
But yeah.
ass.
Number
Terrible.
9, 808s.
I'm going with the same number 9. 808s is shitty. I agree. After Amazing that album, all right, being younger when I first heard that shit, it was like you don't think too much about music on an analytical level, right? So when I got older, obviously I
You're
went back.
just bumping because it's pop
Exactly,
garbage,
bro.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So like me going back one day, finally, like when I finally was old enough, actually think about music that way. I went back and listened to Kanye albums. I was like, damn, I remember being young, fucking with this shit. And then like, but that Say You Will came on, I was like, damn. Welcome to Heartbreak came on, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, Say You Will, bro. That shit is a
And then,
10.
After Amazing, I was
Oh,
like,
10.
wait. I was like, left, like, I was like, that shit's ass. And then everything after that was just terrible. I was like, yeah, I was definitely bugging when I was younger. This shit is ass. That sucks.
It sucks.
And it's not like just saying it's ass just because to say it's ass. Like, I'll say this. the writing on songs like Heartless is amazing, and it keeps the out like the first few songs keep the album from being completely unlistenable, and even
Yeah.
songs like Cold Winter is all right. You know, it's like it's not the album doesn't become completely unlistenable after Amazing. It just becomes very, very fucking, like Steve said, painful to get through. Like
Especially
there's
for
just
like
part.
Kanye standards, I guess, as well.
Yeah, like I'm not listening to no fucking Paranoid. What the fuck I look like?
That shit is
Oh, that.
Oh,
that
it's so
shit is
bad.
ass.
I ain't waste no more time on this. Who's next?
All right, Enzo, what's your 10 and 9?
I think the 10 is like pretty unanimous, like
You
obviously.
would think. You would think.
Oh,
Think.
I'm being
we
attacked.
have a
Yeah,
different
this idiot
opinion.
thinks graduation
I
versus Jesus
just
is
don't like
king.
graduation.
No,
All
chill.
Yeah,
right.
something wrong with him. No,
But yeah,
you're
Jesus is
crazy.
king.
All right,
And then
have your top 3 then. I don't think so.
I think Say You Will, like that first, like Banjo said, that first 3-track run makes me like debate it with graduation, but I'll still say 808s is like below it on my list.
So it's Jesus the King and 808s.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
But
Oh
it's not,
yeah,
I don't have it too far off from graduation nowadays.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, mine's just like everybody else's, 808s. I listened to it the other day. To prepare for this, I listened to Kanye's whole discog,
Oh, damn.
and oh my word, I after the first, like, you guys nailed it right on the head. After Kanye's verse on Amazing and Jeezy comes in, I'm like, wow, this album is like some god tier horseshit. Like oh my gosh, like
Oh my god.
like I get it. He's a sad dude. You know,
Yeah.
his use of autotune is annoying, and I get how it's influential. It created a lot of the rappers today, but like, I don't know if that was for better or for worse. But I mean, yeah, it was pretty bad. So I definitely have it at my 9.
All right.
But Say You Will, and Welcome to Heartbreak and Heartless are still great tracks. So
Say You Will is phenomenal.
All right.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Especially the way
Great
Kanye
tracks.
lets
Great
that beat
tracks on
roll
an
out.
awful record.
All
Yeah.
Great tracks
right.
on an awful record. That shit
Steve,
sucks.
what
He said, all
is
right.
so general
Alright.
unanimous is obviously 808s for number 9. Steve, what is your number 8?
Graduation.
This should also be unanimous.
Very,
this is all gonna be
very
unanimous.
Yeah, this is
nostalgic album for sure. But if you thought 808s was inconsistent, just wait until you hear this one. I mean, we got Drunken Hot Girls, we got Barry Bonds, we got Good Life, we got Can't Tell Me
Yeah.
Nothing.
good.
Oh,
No,
Not
can't
good.
tell me nothing. That's a
Can't
good
Tell Me
song, but
Nothing's good.
it's a
Good-
mid song.
No, good.
But then
Life.
we
It's a
also
banger.
got,
It was a
but then
banger.
we got Flashing Lights. And we
Flashing
got
Lights
Good
is overrated.
Morning. We got Good
Flashing Lights is
Morning.
ass.
I like
No
Flashing Lights. I like
cap.
the, I like the,
No, I love
Flashing
I like
Lights
the,
is
Flashing Lights.
It's cool.
ass.
It's
I
cool.
like
Not
the, I like the
ass, bro.
slowed and reverb versions of it.
I'm gonna be
Those go
honest. I think when people are going through, like, a normal person on the street, they're gonna say their favorite Kanye album is either Graduation or My Beautiful Dark Twisted
Thank
Fantasy.
God.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's because of the colorful album art. That is the reason. The album art is
Album
what makes
cover.
people
Old
just
head
look at
niggas
it
or
and they're
niggas
like,
who
all right,
take
that's my
rap
favorite.
extremely serious
amazing
are gonna say
album.
college dropout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I swear to you, like that's facts. Like I was listening to when I was it was a few like last year I was listening to his discog and Homecoming came on. My sister came in and dancing. I was like, this song is ass. What are you doing? That's my
Bro, I'm
What are
turning
you
it off.
doing?
I'm turning it off.
Go away.
It's his
Oh,
best album cover other than Life of Pablo. But it's just not a good album. The album does not live up to the cover.
two
It
bags
doesn't
of
like
ass.
I can
Yeah.
it fits the album cover. It's colorful, but that doesn't mean that it's good.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't even know
It's
what
just
his
a
best
very
cover art is anymore.
mediocre album.
My
Alright,
my number
so-
7. It's 808s.
Eight.
Now before I get
Eight.
attacked. Oh, number 8. Before I get attacked, 10 through 8, I feel like it's garbage. Well, I would say garbage, just not good. And out of those 3,
Differences until like
look, wait, let me
7,
explain. I'm
6.
explaining. For me, I feel like I enjoyed it weights the most because for I would say the first half, like everybody said before, the first half pretty good. Like everybody else said, amazing when amazing and Young Jeezy comes on, it takes a steep dive. But before that, yeah, Say You Will, Welcome to Heartbreak, the first part of Amazing, like it's really good, and it's just tragic that you got the rest of the album to listen to. So that's why it's my number 7. Number 8,
You have the
I
rest
keep
of the
fucking.
album.
That's why. So that's my
You're
number
forced
8.
to listen to it
All right, so
Yeah,
I'm next.
yeah.
as a whole.
All right, so like I'm gonna keep it like graduation is it's easily one of my I
This nigga
think
didn't
like
even say it. He just went straight into it because everybody knows, bro. That's just dev.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's dev.
we you've said it so many times.
Yeah, like bro, like nigga, that shit is like that is probably one of my most hated albums. Like I niggas know how much I've have like quote unquote hated on that album. It's literally Kanye's Bling era album. Like
Yeah, okay.
like
I'm talking
it's
about
That
first.
makes so much sense.
yeah, like bro, fucking Good Life, like all of that shit.
Jesus.
Like that shit is unlistenable.
That
Like
I'm looking at the
song.
track list right now. Oh
Dude,
gosh.
Nizzy be
like bro,
gassing.
like that's literally that was like Kanye's album, like where he was like, okay, I'm gonna break into the mainstream. I'm gonna become a fucking star.
pop
Like,
I'm
star.
gonna win a Grammy.
yeah, I'm gonna win a Grammy.
Dude,
That's
like,
the Grammy album.
Yo,
yeah,
That was
imagine
made
being
for
in,
no other reason than
that
that.
like
imagine being
literally
in the
to
car
with
with
this
Nizzy,
what
bro.
graduation is to Kanye is what Damn is to Kendrick. I don't know if that makes
Yeah,
sense to
yeah.
y'all.
Nah,
It
Like
does.
it's just
Nah,
like they're
that's perfect.
Facts.
yeah,
Facts.
like that is literally just their commercial projects
It's,
after coming
I'm
Yeah.
off
finna go
of
give me some
a
Grammys,
magnum
my nigga.
opus. Yeah, like
Oh wait, shit, niggas listening? Time to go get some Grammys, my dog.
Yeah. Oh shit. Make
I'm
Good
gonna
Life.
outsell 50 Cent.
Oh
Like
shit. Make
it's
Good
that
Life
kind
right
of album.
now.
Like it's just like nigga Barry Bonds, Drunken Hot Girls, Good
Yeah.
Life, Homecoming, all like
Even stronger. It's a good song, but it
Stronger
was
I don't like
hits.
made to be
Stronger.
a.
I
It was
don't
it's
like
made to be
Stronger.
a
extremely
hit.
Stronger
dated.
hits.
I
Like
really
I
don't
feel
like
like in terms
Stronger.
of creativity, I feel like in terms of creativity outside of Jesus is King, this is easily Kanye's least interesting album in terms of just
Yep.
creativity. Like even with 808s,
Yeah.
even if you don't like it, you can admire it because it is somewhat innovative and it influenced an entire generation. This none of that is on graduation. It's literally just Kanye experimenting with sounds that he knows will sell him a lot of records. There's a reason why this shit sold 1 million records in 1 week because it's fucking mainstream as hell.
And because the
Like
cover art.
yeah, and the cover art and like all of that shit. Like that was Kanye where he was like, okay, this is where I'm gonna really reach the casual audience to where I'm gonna become a star, and it worked in that sense. But musically, we're left with a lot of dated tracks. You get what I'm saying? Now, like in a lot of like just shitty to subpar songs and all throughout. The highlights, of course, "Good Morning" is one of Kanye's best songs. Same thing with "The Glory." "Can't Tell Me Nothing" is amazing in my opinion. I grew up on that song. I still love it to this day. "Stronger" is cool because I think the hook is pretty catchy. And I do like some of Kanye, what Kanye says. Like I love how he talks about I'll do anything for a blonde dyke and she'll do anything for the limelight. That shit is hilarious to me. So
Yeah.
like yeah, like so there are highlights that I appreciate and that I cherish, but there's like 5 listenable songs on here, like 5 listenable great songs, and then the rest is just like garbage and just mediocre pop songs. That's literally like Flashing Lights. That if you didn't see that as an attempt for Kanye to reach a female audience and just get hits, you're out of your mind. Like no, like there's not a whole lot of purpose. And another thing about graduation is that it's not entirely consistent to the education themed the education themes that were present in the college dropout and late registration.
Whatsoever. If anything,
Yeah,
like that shit is a fading thought.
exactly, bro. Like there's nothing there. There's not a whole lot to like.
Yeah,
for
like
me.
with a track like "Good Morning," like he kind of sets it up like that, and then it just like
He
It
does its
goes
thing.
nowhere.
He forgets it. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, we're supposed to do that, huh? Oh well.
Yeah,
It's
but
weird
yeah,
because it's like "Good Morning." he talks from almost like an underdog perspective.
Yeah.
Then the album goes straight into
You got
champion.
these
What?
Yeah.
motherfucking
How does
D's.
that work?
How does that
Smoothie
work? Like the
Perez.
structure, like bro, that shit. Kanye, like that's why I said it served really. It really had. It didn't have a lot of artistic purpose.
Not at all.
At least
Yeah.
compared to College Dropout and Late Registration, especially Late Registration.
Yeah, not even close.
All right,
Yeah,
Banjo.
so that's my perspective on it.
All right, we already know it is. Banjo, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I'm not about to keep y'all. Yeah, I'm not about to waste no more time. Y'all know how it
7
is.
through
All
1
I
is gonna be
will,
the interesting part.
yeah. All I will say about graduation though is that niggas sleep on everything I am. That's a good song.
Oh yeah, Everything I Am. I
I
forgot
love
that.
everything I am.
Yeah,
That's the
Everything I
DJ
Am is a good
Premier one,
song.
right?
That's a good song.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
a
gonna bring that
familiar
up.
one.
Yeah.
That's a great track. Big Brothers. Shit.
Terrible.
Not good.
Terrible.
Only niggas that like that are niggas that love Jay-Z.
Yeah, no cap. That was
Yo.
That's literally like. That's the reason why Cole thought it was okay to make a song let Nas down.
And
Yeah.
that's shitty.
That shitty ass
That's
song.
like Eminem creating Joyner Lucas.
Also,
All right.
that one bonus track called "Good Night" with Most Def, kind of fire. But
Can't believe I let Nas down.
everything else though, bro, like that. Oh my god, yeah, I'm not about to waste my time. You know
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Enzo, you should know by
Yeah,
now.
bro. We're not doing like duo like stuff like Watch the Throne or
No,
nothing,
it's
right?
in
No.
Like, we're
weekly
not kind of.
topics. We're in weekly
Yeah,
topics.
okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, graduation. You know what I mean?
graduation not
We
good.
kind of cover. Yo, imagine. I was thinking like, imagine being in the car with Nizzy, bro, and you play Good Life.
That
He
nigga's
just
booting
Bro,
out the
yeah.
car.
He's gonna tell you to pull over.
Nigga, I'll walk
Pull the car.
He just jumps out the car while you're on the highway.
Get me out.
Make the perfect landing.
Oh hell no!
This
He's on by
Alright.
nigga, this
himself.
nigga somersaulting out the car, bro. Matt,
Yeah, that song is fucking shit.
Matt, you're number 8.
Oh, what do I need to even say?
All
Like
right.
graduation, dog.
All right. Now, all
Graduation.
right.
I'm not gonna
All
explain.
right.
We are
Now
We
before
try it
7
too, I
happens,
think.
I want to say this for my 7 through 1. I like all of them. That's all. Steve, go first. What's your number 7?
All right. Well,
Said I.
now we're into the good albums.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
number 7 is Yay.
No.
Yay, whatever. This album started off the magical summer of 2018. Kanye was the MVP of that year. Should be unanimous.
Simple.
Unanimous.
Simple.
I mean, it's a short, but it's a very sweet album. It's only 7 tracks, and this is the real good music album, not Cruel Summer. I mean, like, it brought out the best of everyone on it. Like, with Violent Crimes and Ghost Town, you'd be thinking 070 Shake is a goddess, and then you listen to her solo music and
Yeah,
it's shit.
it was
But
Yeah.
solo.
Yeah.
That's just ass.
those
Yeah.
two songs are incredible. 2 of Kanye's best songs of the decade, for sure. I think there's only, what, like 2 mid songs? All Mine and Wouldn't Leave, right?
I like Wouldn't
Pretty
Leave.
sure.
I would like Wouldn't
I
Leave.
like-
I would say All
yeah.
Mine. Just really the only song I don't like.
Yeah.
I think Wouldn't
that's-
Leave
and
got
that's
some pretty
really-
nice
and-
lyrics.
The only reason why I don't like All Mine is the beat is too.
Hey,
minimal and
nigga,
that
not your
hook
turn
fucking
yet.
sucks.
Not your turn yet.
Yeah,
hook is
that
awful.
fucking sucks.
Not your turn yet.
But I love like everything about the aesthetic of this album.
Oh, fair
Dude,
enough.
I don't even know how to explain it, but good album.
Yeah. So my number 7 is also Yay. Yeah, I think this is the first time I listened to a Kanye album after binging all his discography, and then Yay was like 2 months later, and I enjoyed it a lot. You know,
Mhm.
I love Ghost Town a lot. Wouldn't Leave, Violent Crimes. It's just compared to everything else, it's not that great. I would say it's not that crazy because I feel like Ghost Town top 10 Kanye song, and I really don't know. I
can
like
see
Yay. Yay, very good. It's just 7 for me.
All right, so I guess I'm next.
Yep.
All
Respect it.
right, so my 7 is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yep.
Oh,
All right, here comes the Kanye fans.
No, yeah,
Get
no, look, I'm gonna tell y'all niggas right here some incredible highs, but some really shitty lows. Y'all niggas cannot convince me that Hell of a Life is a listenable song.
It's not.
you
That's
won't.
facts.
You will
Fucking
not.
awful,
Yeah, like
terrible,
awful.
unlistenable music.
Yeah, like these are the same niggas. Actually, that's for another time. I'll say that for later. But All of the Lights mixing is horrible. Kanye's verses on that is shit, by the way.
Dude, but it's
Monster
supposed to be
is
loud.
yeah. Monster is dated trash, especially that Nicki verse. And what the fuck was Rick Ross doing on that song? Number 3, Power is dated too. Even Kanye doesn't like that fucking song anymore. That nigga came to his senses on that one. This
Yeah.
album is literally it's just being maximalist for no reason. Damn near no reason. Kanye wanted to prove niggas wrong, so he said, I'm gonna make some extravagant shit. But all that happened is now in retrospect, that extravagant atmosphere
Like
does not
backfired.
work. Yeah. Like, bro, like like there's unnecessary features on here. You don't need if you're gonna get Rick Ross on Devil in a New Dress, make sure that nigga keeps the theme going. This nigga went to talking about how he got Tupac money, nigga, twice over. After Kanye is talking about
I got
Kanye,
Tupac money
twice over. Red coochie sweater dice roller.
Dice roller.
Coochie sweat. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like this nigga Kanye was talking about like a woman being like this sort of manifestation of lust. And this nigga Rick Ross started talking about gambling and shit. Weird ass verse. Don't know why he was on it.
Didn't even
So
know it.
Appalled is outside of Pusha T's verse, everybody's verse on that song is practically bland. Especially Sci-Hi, that verse is hella corny.
That
Talking about
was
if God had an
terrible.
iPod, he would be on his playlist and nigga, what? Like, shut the fuck up. No, you wouldn't, nigga. God, nigga, if I'm pretty sure God would choose you
It's
to
not
be on
that.
his playlist. Like, nigga, no,
Sorry,
you're
we're not listening to you.
Yeah,
yeah.
Who do you
Like,
think
no.
God? Do you think God will if we ain't?
Yeah, and now as far as the highs, Dark Fantasy is one of you could easily argue it to be Kanye's best intro to an
best
album.
intro.
Yeah, so many clever and funny references on that. Talking about too many Urkels on your team, that's why your win's low, or so much head I woke up to Sleepy Hollow. Like funny lines. Gorgeous is of course features probably Kanye's best verse. That's a legendary song. Even though the Raekwon feature adds nothing to the track, you could have just had the fucking guitar play out. Runaway's amazing, of course. Especially Pusha T's verse. That really even Pusha T's verse really puts me in that song. Like how he really sounds cold, like how the song is supposed to be portrayed. I do think the song is too long overall. Like I think the last 3.5 minutes were kind of unnecessary.
I mean, when he's
to
just
me.
humming there for 3 minutes.
Yeah, like nigga, we need just move on. Like, yeah, yeah, and then practically every song after Runaway is shit. Like, Lost in the Road is not good. Yeah, good, decent album, but it's not a masterpiece by any stretch. It's not up there with To Pimp a Butterfly, nigga. It's not even up there with certain albums that came out during the year it came out. There's no way I'm about to take My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy over Flockavelli.
Yeah, Lizzie's getting attacked.
Yeah, or NASA Tape by Space Ghost Perk. No way. Even Big Crit dropped a mixtape that's better than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Okay.
Y'all niggas overhype it. It's not that great. Kanye was being pretentious, and he's even acknowledged that. So yeah, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy at number 7. Kill me, you hype beast.
Banjo, what's your number 7?
Me?
Yeah,
Banjo?
it's my beautiful dark
Yeah.
twisted fantasy.
Man,
Fair
Yeah,
enough. Oh, there you go.
yeah, yeah. That shit's it's my beautiful dark twisted fantasy. Um, I, I like that album actually. Like, there are a lot of good things about that album. It's just some tracks just fucking like everything after Runaway is unlistenable. The whole turn it off after Runaway. And
Like,
even before that, So Applaud, mid, Monster shit, All of the Lights is mid. But I will agree. I mean, I will disagree. Power is actually a good song, kind of capping. I mean, it's not the best song, but it's all right. That's just mid too, I
cool.
guess.
I was just saying like what I meant to say about why like the bad thing about it is that it's maximalist for no reason, kind of. That's what
I
I meant to
mean,
say.
I wouldn't say the grand like the grand approach to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy came without purpose. It came at a time of his life where he felt like he was at the top of the world, where he
Yeah.
felt like he could just say shit and people follow. You know what I mean? Like those type of
Yeah.
things. When you live a life where people are watching you all the time and shit like that, you want to try and express yourself in a way that's harder to understand unless you're being complex. Which, by the way, he backtracks on these ideas later in his career, which I fuck with because it was all wrong. I agree, it's pointless to do this,
Yeah.
but at the time it wasn't. But at the
No,
time, that's what he
yeah,
felt like
no,
he needed
yeah.
to escape that way.
That's why I tried to say like in retrospect.
And it's like it keeps a lot of the good things about like think about the previous albums, like the albums he dropped previously, like 808s and Graduation. Before it was like those albums suck, like in comparison for sure. So it's like he takes a step back where he focuses more on like the way he talked about sex on Graduation and 808s. It's just stupid compared to the way he talked about it on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah,
It
he
went back
actually
to yeah, it
yeah,
went
it
back to
did.
almost the way he talked about it on Late Registration
Like where it
and
was
the college.
actually funny and
Yeah, where
of
shit was
some
more
of
interesting,
substance. Yeah.
and that goes for a lot of the subject matter on those projects. And I just think that it's the worst of the good albums, but it's a good album. I don't think it's the best album ever made. Niggas calling it a 10. If I had to rate it by a number, it's like a 7, 7.5, somewhere around there.
That's literally like what I would give it. Like
yeah.
But yeah,
6.5, 7. Like
yeah,
it's a
somewhere
good
around there.
it's a good album. Like that's what I
Yeah.
said. It's decent. Like I said, it has some extremely good highs, but like the low, like really low lows.
Yeah,
Niggas cannot convince me that Monster is a good song.
it's not.
No.
Even Jay-Z's verse, they
Yeah.
had this nigga Hove sounding like that. Like literally, that verse that Hove dropped on Monster is equivalent to the shit Tyler the Creator did on Goblin. That shit is just like
I'm a goblin, goobly.
yeah.
Oogly boogly.
That shit was ass.
Terrible. And then Nicki Minaj, like, her flow was okay, but like
Who
niggas
cares
talking
about
about
Nicki?
yeah,
I like her bars on it. It's an
She did
overrated
not
verse,
watch
but,
them,
but she had
though.
good bars.
Yeah.
yeah,
did
like
not
she didn't watch
them.
nobody.
Her only listenable verse.
Nah,
Literally.
her only
Because
listenable
her
verse
flow,
is
and
Dark Fantasy.
I think what made it pretty cool. I think what made it pretty cool for her is I guess like she did have a cool flow on it. So like I'll give her props for that. But niggas talking about best verse on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, best feature. I'm like, no,
Tweaking,
nigga,
yeah.
Pusha T
Well,
was
yeah,
literally
'cause-
on 2 songs.
Her
Yeah.
flow was
Yeah.
a little bit better because at the time she was flowing like she was rolling on an exercise ball every song
Yeah.
except for that one.
Bro, she was out here. Okay, I'll say that for later.
Oh my god.
Enzo, what is your number 7?
Yeah, I have to agree with Nizzy's like needle drop like review on Twisted Fantasy. Pretty overrated, bro. But like, yeah, I like some of the songs. Like Nizzy said as well. Like Dark Fantasy is like a masterpiece. Gorgeous is a masterpiece. Yeah, bro. It's a decent album.
All right. Who was in
It's probably
Paris?
like a 6 or something, 6 or 7 to me nowadays. But
Who was in Paris? You're number 7.
Oh. Ha ha ha. Yeah, mine is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And yeah, it's got some good highs, Dark Fantasy and Gorgeous, but man, songs like Hell of a Life, Blame Game, and
Blame game. Terrible.
um,
God damn.
This is a Chris Rock into the song for nothing.
dude,
God,
that
it's awful.
that song is obnoxiously long for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
then obviously, like what Nizzy pointed out with the unnecessary features from like Raekwon, and then like Sky High. It's like, oh god, this album is overrated. But it's still solid. I feel like it does like Dark Fantasy, like I said before, is like one of his best openers. The way he starts on it, like it's absolutely like that's how you start an album. And yeah, this it's a solid album. I'd probably like rate it like a 7. So yeah.
All right.
Anyways,
I was
Sir.
not expecting My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy to be the number 7 overall.
Yeah.
I guess it's me
Don't
now
hate you for
for
saying yay.
number 6. I know I'm gonna piss a lot of people off. Even non-Kanye listeners somehow have nostalgia for this album, but it's College Dropout.
Duh.
And
All right. Hold
Damn.
up. Did
You
you already
gotta
say
lead.
your number 6?
You gotta lead
yeah,
rap,
What
bro.
he said.
uh, College Dropout.
Oh!
damn.
No, that's a dub.
College
Because
Dropout is no doubt a great album, very great album. Now we're in the great albums list for Kanye, but it's a great album, especially for a debut album. But that's just what it is. It's a debut album. He was decently known as a producer already, but this was Kanye's first time making a project that he could call his own. And you could see this through all the sounds he's experimenting with. I mean, we got tracks like Jesus' Walks, Never Let Me Down, but then you got slow jams and new workout plan.
Oh god.
oh my god, new workout plan is so shit.
Yeah.
Family Business and Through the Wire are two of my favorite Kanye songs. You know, Spaceship, Jesus'
Dub.
Walks, Get 'em High are all great.
Get him high is funny as
Overall,
hell.
like, it's just a good ass album to start off one of the most creative and greatest music careers out there. But it's not one you'd find me like starting or ending my day listening to.
I can appreciate
But
that.
yeah, that's number 6.
Other on set 6. All right, my number 6. It's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Uh, so before I started this album, uh, I was a little bit late to the Kanye party. Like I used to always listen to him, but never like went in debt to listen to his album. So the first thing I hear from niggas is this is his best album hands down, and slurping off Nicki Minaj's verse on Monster. Uh, like I said previously, her best verse is the 5 seconds she's on Dark Fantasy, and I was like, Monster. I barely can tolerate this song. So I was like that. Besides that, to me, I feel like Dark Fantasy is my favorite opening track to Kanye.
It's
Uh,
respectable.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like Runaway, like literally all the universe does. Love Gorgeous. Uh, the only hot take I gotta say is I kind of like Lost in the World, because like after Lost in the World and who will blame game and the America song, I'm like I can actually listen to this song again. I cannot stand Hell of a Life. I was like, dear God, y'all want me to listen to this, huh? And what was the song that Kendrick was supposed to be on? I forgot that one. But
Uh,
whatever song Kendrick is supposed to be on would have been better if Kendrick was on it.
He
Way
was
better.
supposed to
Wait,
be on
Listenable.
what song?
damn, he
I
was
mean, what
supposed to
album?
be on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, there's a song in My Beautiful.
Kendrick?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. He was supposed to be on one. His verse exists.
Yeah.
You can hear it, but I forgot which one it was.
All Day. I think that was called. Was it All Day? Fuck it.
Oh yeah, it is all day, all day.
Yeah. If
no,
Kendrick
my
is
All day,
on,
Rush
brother.
Fantasy. I never know that. I never
yeah,
knew that. My bad.
yeah, if he was on All Day, it would make that song way more better. God, but as like an album I actually do enjoy it a lot. It's just uh after Runaway, I can't listen to it. So yeah, that's my number 6.
All right, so my number 6 is Yay. Yay is Yay is one of those like, okay, so let me start. It's like Yay at a point was like, I guess you could say like medicine for me. Like it's a really good album. Like I can't like I don't see how people can call this a mediocre album or trash. Like, for example, like I thought about killing you is one of Kanye's most touching songs. That poem that he's saying and saying, you know, I thought about killing you, and you can only love someone to kill the people you love or something like that. Like I remember, like there was not a day that went by where I didn't listen to that song at one point. Like that's like one of my favorite. That's like Kanye always is great at intros, but like I think that's probably his most personal one. And Yay, like yikes is hilarious. It has nice bars. It's talking about meeting side bitches in North Korea, and then you know, like the hook is cool. Kanye's flow is killer. And then you go to No Mistakes. No Mistakes is like that nostalgia, like college dropout kind of sound. Like that shit. And like, you know, Kanye again coming off with like hilarious bars, talking about calm down, light skin, and all of that. And then Ghost Town is like beautiful, especially 070 Shakes part of it. Like, I love how she sounds on there. Like, she really sounds like she's like almost like in a euphoria where, or euphoric state where she's just kind of content with who she is and feeling like she can't be hurt or touched anymore. And then Violent Crimes is the most, is one of the most realistic ways of how a father looks at his daughter. And like the thing is, you know, I know a lot of people out there might see it as patriarchal, but the thing is that niggas are gonna feel that way about their daughters because they are aware of how boys are or men are because they know they were men. And then I love how Kanye is kind of showing it like on the flip side. Like I went from being the nigga sleeping with somebody's daughter to now I gotta worry about niggas sleeping with my daughter. Like in how he's understanding those people's perspective now. Like that's Yay is just a really good album. It has nice, weird samples on it. It's really, you could tell that was Kanye where he was at a personal like where he was really in a personal where he wanted to express his personality in what was going on for him during that time as far as his mind state. And I also love the beat switches and like the tonal switches in songs because it kind of represents him being bipolar. Like he goes from spitting a poem to talking about how he used to have how he knew niggas back when he had braids. Or like even when I went broke, I ain't break. Like shit like that. I think it's just a really well thought out and well executed album. It's one of Kanye's best easily to me. Like that shit is like an 8.5 to me. Like I really love that album. I love the minimalistic approach to it. Only song I really hate on it is All Mine. And like I said, Kanye's verse ain't even bad. It's just the beat is too minimal and that hook fucking sucks. So yeah.
Nice.
All right, Banjo, you're number 6.
College Dropout.
Oh
I
damn.
think.
College Dropout?
Wait, there's
Yeah.
6 left?
Yeah.
Are we counting Kids See Ghosts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, why didn't we count What's the Throne then?
Because we don't like
Because
it.
it's trash.
It's bad.
Oh,
There would be no
I
point.
guess.
Yeah, we already know where it'll be.
Yeah.
But
That
yeah,
shit would be
College
probably
Dropout.
below 808s.
Yeah,
College
I'm
Dropout's a
trying.
big. Huh?
I'm just trying to figure out my list because I don't even know what I'm about to say.
Oh boy, I'll continue, Banjo.
This is
College
actually
Dropout's
really
a
hard.
big classic, bro. Like, niggas grew up on that shit. It speaks about so many things, not just on a personal level for me especially, but even furthermore just on the culture, bro. Like that album is so important to the culture if you give a fuck about it at all, really. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like it's essential to the culture, bro.
Yes, sir. Anything else you want to say about it, or you want to go to Tenzo?
Um, yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah,
All right,
nothing
Enzo,
more to
your
say.
number 6.
Number 6. Damn, man. I think I'm gonna have to say Ye. I wanted to have Ye in my top 5, but looking at the rest of the albums, it's like I kind of have to have Ye at 6. But yeah, I love Ye. Like it was probably in my top 5 albums at one point, but now looking back, it's like I don't think so. But yeah, that last 3-song run is probably one of his best runs, like on
Yeah,
any of his
facts.
albums. Period.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
and yeah, like Nizzy said, thought about killing you is so like pretty poetic, man, and meaningful.
Matt, what is your number 6?
My number 6 is Yay. One. This is probably one of his most personal albums. I feel like.
Yeah,
Really, the only track I didn't like was "All Mine" because of that hook, because of that beat. And Kanye was like, "Let me fucking roll. And fuck the outcome. None of us would be here with outcome."
He was spitting.
And I was just like, "Oh God." Anyways,
I like
that
those lines personally.
Really set this
I
when he first said that. I was like, what the fuck?
I
This
was-
nigga spitting.
so yeah, that was pretty much the only track I like. But I like his charisma and his confidence all over Yikes. That track is a
Yeah.
banger. And he really brought the best out of like other than the Ty Dolla Sign. I don't know if that was Ty Dolla Sign on All
it,
Mine, but
it,
No, it was
out
Ant
it was.
Clemens.
Oh,
Ant
wait.
Clemens, it was
Yeah.
Ant Clemens.
Oh,
All right,
and Ty Dolla
outside
Sign was
of
on the other one.
okay, yeah, outside of that feature, he used the features like really really well on this album with uh obviously Kid Cudi, uh what's her name, fucking I forgot her name.
0706.
Shake
Shake.
070.
Yeah, yeah. Her and Party Next Door actually did this thing on here too as well.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
freaking
Yeah,
mid
what
as
it
hell.
did.
Yeah, so
I love
like
that song.
he used him very very nicely. Yeah, I mess with this album a lot. I wish if we didn't have Kids See Ghost in here, it would definitely be in my top 5.
Yeah,
But
Same
exactly.
here.
That's why
No
I
cap.
asked.
yeah,
All
solid
right.
album.
So
All
the
right.
general consensus is Ye is 6.
Alrighty. I'm trying to keep track of this.
I
It's
think
Hard
we're
to
in
top. I
weekly
compile
think we're
because
topics.
top 5.
Weekly topics. You can check.
oh, you already got it. All
Yeah.
right, cool. So
It's number
yes,
5.
I'm starting off the top 5, and for me, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I'm sure everybody else has already knocked that one out, but it's the album that got me and most people into Kanye. Back in the day before I was able to really create my own opinion on rap music and albums,
Hmm.
this was like an out of body experience. I'm sure like if you guys can feel me on that.
No, I do. I feel you. This
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I
But
used to defend this album to the death.
oh yeah. It used
Yeah, I
to
Yeah,
be
remember I
my
was
especially with
there.
Power,
it
bro.
used to be my
Especially with
top 3 ever.
Yeah.
especially with Power was
Yeah.
the thing, and we was too young to explain what sampling was. Man, that shit
Yeah.
was heat.
But
Yeah.
Like,
I guarantee you, a lot of the
come
niggas that call it like one of the best albums ever are like no older than 16.
No cap.
but coming back to the
Yeah.
album or
That
like
was me in high school, bro.
over the years begin to realize that while being a great album and an important one to Kanye's career, it's not the greatest thing ever made or the most creative thing ever. The
Uh,
Runaway intro or outro isn't the transcending experience I once thought it was.
it was just him
Uh,
getting his balls summed on.
but Gorgeous, Devil in a New Dress, Lost in the World, Dark Fantasy, Runaway, all amazing songs, but much like Graduation, to a lower extent, it hasn't aged that well overall. You know, Power, So Appalled, Monster, All of the Lights haven't really stood
Basically,
the
all of the
test of
hits, all of the
haven't
singles.
stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Like Dapper
Looking
Dan.
back at them, decent mainstream tracks, but nothing more than that.
All
And
right.
overall, the album didn't really bring any new ideas to the table for Kanye, but it greatly expanded on the ideas of Grad at 808s.
Okay. My number five is late registration. Uh, I love late registration. When I was a dumbass kid, I thought it was college dropout, graduation, registration. I was wrong when I had to look at the whole discography. I was like, man, I was a
Yeah,
dumbass kid. So I listened to this and I love it. Roses, a really amazing song.
yeah.
Out of all, you could say the mainstream trilogy songs, fuck, what's the one with Lupe? I keep forgetting. I
Touch the
should
sky.
Touch the
Touch the
sky.
Sky. I
Touch the
love
Sky.
Touch the Sky.
That shit
Should
still
I,
hits.
Yeah,
should I just
Lupe's
blaze,
verse is
blaze?
fucking
I love Touch
great.
the Sky. You know, Gold Digger's good. I just, for some reason, it's not like I don't like it. I actually really love it. It's just everything above is just, I feel like it's better. I can explain it. Late registration to me is more like, I like it, but I don't go out my way to defend it. Like Addiction. I'm pretty sure niggas don't have Addiction as their top three songs on it. But
Yeah,
I think it's all right. But it's like, as you know, as a second album, I feel it's really good. And yeah, that's why it's in my top five.
All
Nizzy.
right. All right. So number five for me is the College Dropout. Now,
Mhm.
the College Dropout, honestly, like it's one of those albums that like even if a lot of the shit like well not a lot but some of even though some of the shit didn't age particularly well for me, I still find a lot of humor in them. Like I die every time I listen to slow jams. Once Twista come on with that trash ass flat fast rapidy rap flow, I start
Bro.
dying. I like the
Dying inside and also dying laughing.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that verse is trash. Like I feel like if you take yeah, I feel
Yo, y'all ain't shit, bro.
this bitch retarded, bro.
yeah, like it's one of the only like mindless pop songs that I have managed to find a lot of humor in.
You're all
Uh,
weak, bro. I can't.
yeah, but yeah, like the college, I love the highs on here. We don't care is amazing. All falls down. I love that song a lot because I think it kind of like I don't know, like it really showed that Kanye could be like that. He wasn't just no nigga trying to make like be what everybody wanted. He was like
Yeah,
really looking at things from a critical point of view and from a different point of view that not a lot of mainstream rap has seen. And Spaceships is amazing. Like I feel like that's
Oh
unanimously
my god.
yeah,
Oh
that's like
God.
unanimously a great song.
distant lover.
Yeah, like
If
Jesus
it's
That
Walks.
me, the
Marvin Gaye
Jesus
song
Walks is
doesn't.
sample.
actually the song that uh I would say like that got me into Kanye. I think where I wanted to take a deeper dive into his music because the thing is, I feel like we can
What?
all say to an extent that we grew up on him, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
sort of like hearing his songs on the
Stronger,
radio. Yeah, Stronger,
Jesus
Can't Tell Me
Walks,
Nothing. Yeah,
All the
Touch the
Lights.
Sky, Gold Digger. Like, so but that was the song that really stuck to me. Get 'em High is one of Kanye's funniest songs. That shit is hilarious.
Oh
That
yeah.
nigga Common said real MCs are hard to find like a
Like
remote.
a remote.
That shit is hilarious. And
Yo,
then
Remote control rappers out of.
yeah, and then like or like Talib Kweli's verse is funny, and then Kanye. I love Kanye's delivery because it's so like obnoxiously cocky, but you could tell Kanye's like kind of using satire. I love shit like that. Fucking Family Business, bro. I done damn near cried to this song.
That
Of
I
song is
course.
love this
amazing,
song.
bro. That's
Yeah,
Oh
Every
like a
yeah.
time.
10.
yeah,
God
like
damn.
because
Every single
I
time.
love that line where Kanye's like, well, we have three by the head and three by the
Three by the
leg, but you didn't have to
leg.
tell
Mm-hmm.
my girl
Yeah.
I used to
There's
put
some
the P
Yeah.
in the
pee in the
He in
bed.
the
bed.
bed.
That's
Yeah.
OG.
Yeah, that shit heat.
Like that, yeah, like, and I think I also relate to it because I think while there is like a lot of like uplifting things, I think a lot of what Kanye was trying to say is that like he was kind of critiquing the fact that black people always like kind of demean each other amongst their family,
Mm-hmm.
and look at each other like as beneath or above. And I always related to that fact because I had like a family, like relatives like that, cousins I didn't particularly get along with, shit like that. So I relate to that song. Through the Wire is amazing. Like that's like optimism at its finest. And Last Call, bro, I don't need to speak on it. Like that's just like
Yeah.
legendary. Like
Perfect outro.
yeah, perfect. I still love this album. This is like for me, this is like where we get into amazing Kanye albums, and I still like think this shit is amazing. Like even despite the lows, like Never Let Me Down is cool, but the mixing is kind of off and it sounds really dated. Slow Jams is ass. Uh, Two Words is okay. Breathe In, Breathe Out is unlistenable. Like that shit.
I was about to
No.
say, no one
Yeah.
brought up that ludicrous track. I was just
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
why
for a
That's
it's on my.
reason.
That's why it's my number 6.
yeah.
Some of those songs are just like,
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, but like
No,
overall,
it's good.
I'll still give this a
Thanks.
9. It still is one of the better debut albums in hip hop. Um, it opened up, like Steven said, it kicked off the career of one of the are basically to a lot of people who listen to music, one of the best artists
Yeah.
to ever exist.
No doubt.
Like
People
bar
who don't
none.
even listen to music recognize it.
Yeah, like
yeah.
yeah. So it's like he's a GOAT, and this kicked off his career.
Yes, sir.
Like, I'll give it like a 9 still. Strong 8, like 9.
Banjo, you're number 5.
Yay.
That's a
I
dub.
think
Respectable.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I put it
I
above.
was fighting for that.
I put it above College Dropout for the fact that one is shorter, and I like shorter projects, and I like personal projects. Those two big things for me.
Mhm.
Mhm.
He didn't. He took the perspective. Like, all right, he could have easily took time to go through and make some a much more full album in terms of songs and features and all that stuff. But obviously, that there was features there. But what I mean is he could have had much more. Like he could have had like Rihanna and Drake and shit like. You know what I'm saying? But the perspective that he took on the album and how short it was to make and that whole summer, like 2018, when he came through with all those albums, and like
Yeah.
Stevie said was the start of it. It's like there's something about that that's more meaningful to me than something like College Dropout when it comes to like, why I like it more.
No,
Because yeah,
yeah, I
Oh
agree.
my, I remember staying up till midnight and watching the Wyoming live stream for this
Yeah,
dead
album.
same thing here.
Oh
ass, and
my
Same
then
thing
God.
here.
waiting hours for the album to drop. Like, man, what? And
Trying
it's
to
like, yeah,
cop the merch and getting mad at yourself because you couldn't.
That's the thing. Like,
yeah.
I actually listen to Ye way more than I listen to College Dropout. Like,
Well, it's easier to listen to because it's
Yeah, it's
shorter.
shorter.
So,
yeah, so it's shorter. Yeah,
Mhm.
but
but
like,
like,
yeah,
but even if it wasn't like, there's things about it that I like more than College Dropout in general. But honestly, it's not too far from it. And yeah, I agree. All Mine is a shitty song, but College Dropout has a few shitty songs as well. So it's whatever. But it's like the shit songs on both those projects does not make it any less great.
yeah.
And because of it, like there are certain things that I can understand why people didn't like it as much. But I just think I don't get how you could like that. I mean, not like that, but like Graduation. Like, Because that's what I
Yeah,
was seeing a lot of
Weird
people
champ.
who like shit like graduation.
or like he come in the same sense graduation. Like nigga, no,
Yeah, relax, bro.
he's
Imagine
got
wanting to go
better.
back to graduation.
Yeah, like
But
that's
it's like this the flow of the tracks are great. They're not like as coherent as would make sense, but that's kind of the purpose. The more free aspect of it, like he didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I fucks with
he
that.
just
All the
expressed him.
features came through, except for on All Mine. But
Yeah,
other than that, all the features came through, man.
came through, bro. Really.
You know, he
Yeah.
has a
Literally,
couple
the
joints.
reason why I put the college dropout over yeah, it's because of family business. Really, that's like
Exactly.
yeah, that's really like the key point. Because
I'd
like
My
I
even
said, I
s-
done damn near cried to family business.
I'd say Ghost Town is a better song,
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, I could see that.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, a big reason why it's my top five instead is because of Ghost Town, and as you can see later, how much I like the idea of Kids See Ghosts. But just know
Yeah.
that Ghost
Mhm.
Town
It's
was the
just
start
about
of
your
that shit.
preference.
Beautiful,
You
beautiful
no
song.
no yeah they're yeah I don't know like yeah they're great.
Yeah, I don't think from Kanye's top six probably. I don't think there's a thing below an eight.
Yeah,
I
No
don't think
cap.
so. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ye top five. That's amazing.
All right.
great album.
Enzo, what's your number 5?
Yo, yo, yo. I think number 5, I'm gonna have to agree with my boy Eli. I'm gonna have to say Late Registration. Because although it is an amazing like Kanye album, obviously, I feel like that's like the album when like you're first getting into Kanye and like you just realize he's like a goat, like Late Registration, bro.
All
But
right.
yeah, the albums like that we have left, I just like love like personally so much. Like they actually like strike me so much harder in terms of like my own like subjective experience, I guess. Like Late
Mhm.
Registration
Truly.
is not just like I don't have it as esteemed as the rest of the albums we're about to talk about. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say that
Yeah, I
as my
get
number
that.
5.
Matt, my
But obviously, the
boy.
ties are phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Matt, my boy. What's your number 5?
I got the college dropout. Um.
Oh, we got a tie.
Oh, we got a tie. Ah.
Oh shoot.
are we keeping track of this?
Yeah, I'm keeping track.
Yeah.
So we're
Oh
gonna have
shoot.
to use a tiebreaker, right?
Yep.
We're gonna have to phone a friend. Oh boy.
I'm gonna ask Jewel
Yeah, it's Joel.
because I'm not. We
Well, no,
asked
but we
Dean
could
already.
just College Dropout already got 2 votes in the last thing. LR hasn't gotten any before this, so that means LR automatically wins because that means
I'm
everybody
okay
has
with
it
that.
above this.
I
You know?
see. Oh, you know that's
All
facts.
right, continue, Matt.
Yeah, this is his debut album. This was actually the first Kanye album I ever heard because I was trying to get into Kanye, and I heard. Well, the first Kanye song I heard was, I can't even. I think it was in Paris. I don't know who was in Paris,
In
but
Paris.
Are you
Man, who was in
serious?
Paris?
Who was
That
in
is so
Paris?
No, that
fucking
was
funny.
that was 2011. Nobody you heard that
No,
before is
you
stronger
heard
than
stronger.
Jesus Walks
Yeah, it's
and
no
Gold
way.
Digger.
Well, Matt
Or
is a
flashing
white
light.
dude from Michigan.
You're
They're
right.
very
Nah, bro, because
conservative.
there's been white dudes from Michigan that I know. You probably heard it, just ain't know.
no.
Like,
Maybe I don't remember past that. So
In Paris, huh?
that was like the
Your
first.
first
Like I
That's
don't
the
song.
blame
first.
you.
That's the
I used
first
to think
Kanye song I
Stronger was a
remember.
Wow. I made your name your first song. That's crazy.
Yeah, but so College Dropout was the first full length Kanye album I went into, and yeah, like what Nizzy said before, like We Don't Care, Spaceship, Jesus Walks, All Falls Down, like there's such a good highs on here. Um, Obviously you have some unlistenable tracks, like the Ludacris one, Breathe In, Breathe Out. But what really does it for me that takes over Ye is the last three, Through the Wire, Family Business, and Last Call. I think that's just god tier. Family Business is like literally like one of my favorite Kanye songs. So yeah, College Dropout at number 5 for me.
All right,
All
Steve.
right.
What is your number 4?
All right. So now we're getting into the tens. Whatever. Not yet.
The
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
top two are tens.
Ice cream and
Yes.
Mac
Yes.
10s.
The top two. All
Ice
right.
cream
Number
back then.
4. Kids See Ghost.
Interesting.
Right.
Interesting.
Ye came out, right? And I was like, oh my god.
Yee.
Yay.
Wait.
Kanye. Kanye.
Didn't Big Quint say like was saying yee or something?
Yeah, he's like, yee.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
But
Love Big Quint, bro.
I heard Ghost Town and I heard Violent Crimes and I was just blown away. And then I hear next week another one is dropping with Kid Cudi, who I had very mixed opinions on. Still do. I don't really like him. But
Crazy.
Kid See Ghost comes out and I wasn't expecting that much because it was literally a week in between his last album. But it was even fucking better. And it was at the time I didn't realize that it was like gonna be one of my favorite albums. Just every track, Cudi montage. Oh my god, not every time.
Amazing.
Every time I listen to it.
Yes,
Amazing
sir.
track.
Reborn,
Ah!
the Pusha T track. I
Whew.
don't
Yeah,
remember the
feel the
name,
love.
but I love Pusha T's verse on that.
Yeah, that shit is funny and clever.
The production on this album is so dreamy and just like I'm just sitting there like, why can't every Kid Cudi album sound like this? He has the ability to. He's showing it right now. Why are his other albums so shit?
Yeah.
But just
For real.
I don't
Like
have
this.
that much to say about this. It's one of the it's a really short album, but it's just an amazing album. 9 out
All
of 10,
right.
easy.
So, my number 4 is College Dropout. Obviously going in order, this is the first album I actually listened to fully. And let's just say I was blown away that this is his debut album. He had Through the Wire, Last Call, Family Business, Heard Him
Yeah.
Say, not heard him say, whatever, All Falls Down. I really need to look up the fucking list.
Bro, you're
But
not a Kanye fan, bro. You
yeah,
gotta
I'm
get out
not.
of here.
I need to know every
You're a
song
fake Kanye fan.
by heart. My bad. But I was like, oh my god, spaceships. I was like, this is his first album. It's gonna get so
Exactly,
much
yeah.
better. It's our graduation, and I was like, oh. And it was just like,
Yeah.
wow, this is like, I was just blown away from how great it sounds. Now, the only problems I really have with it is I'm not the biggest fan of skits, and I prefer late registration skits over college dropout
Oh,
skits.
easily.
Yeah. And
Yeah, late registrations are much more clever.
and
We ain't got it.
hot take, I enjoy fucking workout plan because I find it hilarious. Because
Hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
it told the future of what girls are gonna do. Kanye predicted OnlyFans.
Okay. $3.99.
I was like, man, Kanye, you were right. You made this anthem for a reason. And then,
The new workout plan is hilarious.
yeah. And then I was like, well, that was amazing. So, oh, We Don't Care, obviously. Yeah, I love We Don't Care. Great song.
Yeah.
And
Ahead of
yeah.
his time.
Oh, God. I keep forgetting. So, yeah, Last Call. I love that for the last song. And it makes me my number 4 because it's the first album I actually heard all the way through, and it's just amazing. Too bad Graduation was as amazing as that, but we don't need to talk about that.
Great. So it's me next. So
Yo.
for me, my fourth one is late registration.
Mhm.
Of course, this is now. To be honest, like in terms of like, if I'm going with my most listened Kanye albums, like this is probably below like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, because My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was once my favorite Kanye album back when I was like when I didn't know shit.
Yeah.
So like Late Registration is actually like one of my least listened to Kanye projects. But the thing is that what puts it at number 4 for me is just it's those moments when I do listen to it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it's those moments where
I feel
I
that
do
exactly,
listen to
bro.
Yeah, like it's like heard him say. That's like the perfect opener.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite
And
Kanye open.
yeah, bro, it's Adam Levine's hook is so good. Too bad he's a fucking shit artist, but he brought it on this one.
I was
Yeah, he
gonna say
is.
Adam Sandler, bro. Adam Sandler.
Touch the Sky, I love that song. Is just one of the most like feel good songs of all time. Kanye's verse is hilarious. The Nia Long name drop, and
Yeah.
then you got Lupe coming in with the Lupin the Third wordplay
Oh my
lines,
god.
and
Yeah.
like
Every double
Alright.
entendres, like nothing.
yeah,
The
Yeah,
comment
like, that's
feature
just-
on that album is crazy. Too.
crazy, yeah.
Don't sleep, man. Let registration hard.
Yeah, like crack music. I always love crack music. I love like I think it's the beginning of Kanye's second verse. His rhyme scheme and flow right there is like amazing. Roses, of course, like I don't really need to speak on that. We all love
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Diamonds
Top
from
5.
Sierra Alone is hilarious. It's
Top
funny.
10.
It's
Crazy beat. Beat is
yeah, crazy
crazy.
beat. It's super grand. I love and I love how Kanye kind of like mocks like rapper, like the stereotypical rapper in that song, talking about she need to give me the head, she need to go down, like classic Kanye, just being funny. Hey mama, I've cried to this song.
Mama.
Yeah, like bro, like rest in peace, Donda. The only thing I don't really have anything negative to say about this album other than
Yeah.
I think
we're at
Addiction.
the
I
point
think
where there's
Addiction
no
and Celebration are. I don't think those are good songs.
Honestly, I don't even think the weaker tracks are really that weak. I see people hate on Addiction and shit.
They're
I love
solid,
that.
yeah.
Bit. I love that
Yeah.
bit on Addiction. Yeah, Kanye
Yeah,
could have done
I
better
think it's
on
just
it, but
more
that
of
beat
what
is amazing.
Kanye does on it.
And
Like, it's
Celebration,
Yeah.
Celebration is not a song I'm gonna listen to like consciously, but like if it's on somewhere like chilling in a playlist or something, and that shit come on, and I'm chilling, bro, that shit hit.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Nizzy, what do you think about that Nas verse on
That
We
Nas
Major
versus
though?
ass. I was just about to get to that. That shit's
No.
ass. That shit, bro.
We
That is
Major
not a
is the
good
worst
verse.
song on that project.
And I know what
It
to
probably
write.
And really, it's
I never
because
listened to
it's
We
really
Major.
it's because
We
of
Major.
Nas.
I hate We Major. I'm sorry, I hate the whole song. I
You
can't.
do? I
I
know. I
don't
love.
like it.
I love Kanye's
I love the
verse. I
production.
love feeling.
Production on Late Registration from top to bottom straight, but other than
Yeah.
that, really about We Major, nah.
No, that nigga. I love when Kanye says feeling better than some head on a Sunday afternoon.
Afternoon. Yeah.
Like a chick that say yes too soon
too
until
soon.
you have a daughter. That's what I call karma. You pray to God she don't grow breast too soon.
That's
That shit
classic.
is hard.
That's so
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah. So, and plus another thing is I grew up playing, as a kid, NBA 2K13. That was, and I remember I used to like turn like this was one of the songs I used to play because I always loved Kanye's verse and I love the hook. I don't know what really though was doing on the song, but his hook is cool. But it is definitely one of the weaker songs on the project. But yeah, because I'm already dragging this out, but this is a classic album. You could even argue it to be Kanye's best. If somebody said it was Kanye's best, I'm not going to
Yeah,
argue
exactly.
with them.
It's
Yeah,
like
like,
whether you like Kanye or not, like everyone agrees that Late Registration is fire. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Mhm.
I don't care, but this is just like there's just more than that I like from Kanye. But this is a classic. Undeniably, there's the highs are amazing, and I also think lyrically, well, I'm gonna say that for later. But classic Kanye.
Very good.
Yeah,
Banjo, what is your number 4?
this is the hardest place, bro. Like I don't even know really. Like that
Yeah,
shit
facts.
hurts. Like, I don't want to put Late Registration here, so I'm gonna go
Just
with.
join me with Could See Ghost.
No.
Oh, I can't. No, bro.
No.
I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. And I'm not putting like no. Bro.
Come on, 7 tracks.
Shut
Late
up.
Registration
Shut
has
up.
like 15
Shut
good
up.
tracks.
Shut up.
dude.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
No, I won't do it. Oh, I don't want to do it. Bro, why is this the hardest one though? Like after here, I think I would be breezy. It's just this one because like I want to put Kids See Ghost higher.
Don't do it.
It's like a 10 to me, like that ass.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt that way about late registration. Like it's like so flawless, but like I just love
All right.
like the rest of them so much more.
Yeah. What is
You
numero
gotta pick,
I'm
4?
putting
Enzo. Come on.
this here only because I'm in it. Simple.
Wait,
No
what?
way. I'm putting Yeezus in it just because of Send It Up and I'm in it. Simple.
All right.
That's
Fair
it.
enough. Jesus is number
Wait,
4.
hold up. Yeezus amazing though. Don't get me
Jesus.
wrong. Shit's amazing. I can't believe people hated on it. I
Yeah.
can't believe it. That shit's perfect. If anything, Kanye got multiple sins. Let's be honest. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it ain't no reason to hate on Yeezus at all. On site is beautiful. That's just
Yep.
amazing. Crazy opening. Disgusting beat. Kanye came through in a way he never did.
Yeah.
Blood on the Leaves. Disgusting beat. Crazy
Yeah.
shit, bro. I mean that Nina sample, wild. Fucking wild. And
Yes,
then,
sir. Yes,
bro,
sir.
Hold My Liquor is that nigga's mess up. Like, I'm sorry,
And
bro.
Chief Keef.
Keith comes
That,
Keef
in
beat.
yeah.
and you know, nah, fuck that. Kissy goes number 4.
No.
You
Pull the
just too
Uno
crazy.
reverse, bro.
You was just too crazy. Ain't no way I could put this shit this low. This shit gotta be higher than this. So yeah, Kissy Ghost, my
Yeah.
favorite Kanye
Okay.
album.
There you go.
But honestly, it's more of a Kid Cudi project I see as than a Kanye. Like Cudi
Yeah.
was
That
the
is
best part
true.
of it. But
Kanye
it's
came in
like,
with the production though.
but yeah, I was about to say, but the production, and Kanye verses were not bad. There's not a single bad Kanye part on the whole album either. And I don't think there's a bad Cudi part either. I think Cudi was a different artist on that whole thing completely. It's ridiculous. I don't even know how to explain that shit. But he was a whole different person. Reborn is one of my favorite songs ever. Cudi Montage, the best song on the project. That shit's too good. It's not a bad song on that project. Still my favorite. Like, when it comes to Kanye, I think that's my favorite thing, but it's less of a Kanye album in my opinion than what
No,
it
I
should
see
be.
that
But
perspective. I was conflicted on
Yeah,
that too.
that's true.
yeah, but yeah,
I'm over
Kissy
here
goes number
screaming
4.
in a
She's there.
hotel room.
And it's weird because I'm sure like
Uh,
nobody here actually likes Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just Kid
uh,
See Ghosts.
I'll
It's just
explain.
Elijah
Cuddy's been
does.
growing on me.
Wait. I'll explain when I go to my Kitsy Ghost placement.
not even a
Okay.
bias type thing. Like, it's not that it's not that Kanye exists on the project. Cudi legitimately did amazing shit.
Yes,
And he
Like,
produced Cudi Montage too. That's his
yeah,
beat.
which is the best song?
And
Yeah.
I
it
think
is.
Reborn. I think he produced Reborn. Like it was him,
I
Kanye.
mean,
Cudi
if a
Montage
song,
is a Kurt Cobain sample too.
Uh,
Interesting fact.
and if fucking Cudi Montage isn't like the name of that being, if that's not obvious that this is more of a Kid
a
Cudi
Cuddy
album,
song. Yeah.
or maybe the fact that they're literally called Kid, she goes, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more of
Yeah.
a Cudi focused idea, but it's like
Mhm.
Kanye, and Cudi doesn't have a bad collab. If anything, every album that they're on together, the best song on it is the Cudi song.
Gorgeous.
Damn it. Gorgeous,
Yeah.
Guilt Trip, like,
Ooh,
Welcome to
Whenever
Heartbreak,
Cudi teams up with Kanye, he shines.
Waves, bro. Yeah, anytime they get Father's just bro. There's
Yeah.
not a bad Cudi Kanye song at all. You can't find it. It doesn't
No
exist.
cap.
Yeah.
There it isn't one.
Not
Unless
even
it's
close.
unless it's on a Cudi album.
All right.
Yeah.
Unless it's on a Cudi album. And even
It's
then,
on the
that's
Cudi,
still
yeah.
a better track than the fucking rest of them. So yeah, Kissy Ghost amazing album.
Enzo, what's your number 4?
Number 4, I'm gonna have to say, man, I feel bad like just ranking these. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to say Life of Pablo, man. Like,
Oh,
I remember being in the mall
Interesting.
for I was in line for the Yeezys when this came out on Tidal, bro. Like, me and my homie was waiting for this album. Like, I bought Tidal that day just to bump like the original version. Like, yeah, I just love this album, but like the rest of them, like, just gonna have to go above it. The second half of this album, 10 out of 10, absolutely flawless, both lyrically and like production wise, thematically. This album is like another experience. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the rest.
Matt,
All right.
you're number 4, King.
I got late registration.
Oh, another
Uh,
tie.
this,
Oh.
Oh
yo,
well,
this was
it's
tough
gonna
for
go
me.
here.
This is gonna be watch. Imagine when we get to the top three.
Oh.
Late
Oh,
registration
bro.
is gonna be a 2-2-2.
Banjo, hit up
Yeah.
Jewel. It's a tie again.
Oh man.
Anyways,
What's the question?
late registration for Kitsy Ghost because they're tied. As number 4. Continue, Matt.
Late registration, man. This was my favorite Kanye album for the longest time until I really sat down and dissected his discography even more. But man, from top to bottom, is my thing working? Hold on.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I
my
think it.
AirPod's dead.
Oh, rip.
All right, this one still works. This one works still. But yeah, top to bottom, man, there isn't really anything that is like bad. Everything is like very, very solid for the most part. Hey Mama is probably Hey Mama and Roses are probably like really like the most like they had me like almost break down in tears because those are so relatable and so like important to me. Um, so those tracks are just beautiful tracks, but also you get those like heard him say like I know we went over it before, but like the opening track, man, is just beautiful. And Touch the Sky, Gold Digger, Drive Slow, My Way Home, like this album is fantastic. But there's just a few other albums that are just a little bit better, just a little bit better. But this is like some of Kanye's best songwriting and rapping, so undoubtedly. So yeah.
All right. Since, until
For
we're.
the tie, as for the tie, Jewel's taking too long to respond, and she's a Kitsy Ghost hater, so I asked the mean,
Okay.
and he said they both have the same rating.
Oh,
But he's
my.
thinking.
All right, so then.
Hold on, wait.
All right.
He's about to come through.
Since in audience, we're getting a live
Wait,
ranking. What?
I have something to say.
What?
Kitsy Ghost has only been chosen twice. LR has been chosen 4 times. Kitsy Ghost wins.
All right. So late registration number 4.
Yep.
All right. So Steve,
So
what's your number 3? This is.
top 3.
Whew.
When I listened to Kanye's discography, I made the mistake of not listening to it like chronologically. I listened to it out of order. And if I did listen to it in order, I would have realized that each album builds off of each other. And Late Registration is the biggest example of that. It's everything that I thought was missing from College Dropout. It's just the perfect follow-up, perfect sophomore album. Going through the track list, every single song is amazing. Like, except for like We Major, maybe. uh,
Nas versus ass, bro.
Bro,
Okay.
Rose's top 10 Kanye song. Heard Him Say, top 15. Diamonds from Sierra Leone, top 15. Touch the Sky, up there. Just an incredible album. But
Yo,
like Nizzy said,
have
it's
y'all heard the Lupe
actually.
remix
Of what?
of Diamonds?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Nah.
Pretty crazy.
But, like Nizzy said, like this isn't even one of my most listened to Kanye albums. I've probably listened to Ye more. And that's my number 7. But it's just a classic album. You can't have a top 3 without LR. You just,
Simple.
yeah.
I
All
know it's
right.
past visiting hours, but can I please give her these flowers? The doctor want to take procedure. He claiming I can't take the anesthesia. Man, that shit hard.
Well, my number 3. Daisy's gonna kill me for this one, but my number 3 is Jesus.
I'm not gonna
Uh,
kill you. Just as
I'm
long as
about
it's
to say
top
what.
3.
top
Yeah.
3. No, actually,
Nigga said you
it's number
good.
11. Fuck you. Anyways.
Worse than Watch the Throne.
That sounds like a Luke Higgins opinion.
Yeah, bro. Watch the
Dead ass.
Throne.
Yeah,
Watch
dead
the Throne.
ass.
Number 3. I said it. Actually, Yeezus is number 3. Yeezus. I did not know to expect Yeezus because once again I was going through this whole thing and just seeing what people felt about it. And this is the one where people felt mixed about it. So when I heard the album and I was like some goddamn nigga drinking some McDonald's Sprite, I was like, hold up, this got a hit though. And on site, on site went crazy. And I went to Black Skinhead. That song's crazy. I am a god. Hold my liquor. Blood on the leaves. Bound 2. How could I not have it type top 3? That's the real question.
Don't forget the best track, Guilt Trip.
Guilt Trip does it too. But I was like, how could I not have this top 3? I love it. It's so different, and I don't see how people hate it in the first place when it sounded so different. And because it sounded so fucking different, niggas start stealing it after people liked it.
Pretty
And I,
much.
and I was like, wow, I need
It was
this.
awful.
They made it worse Jesus, and it was sad. And just like all the songs out here shows the overly chauvinistic Kanye. Like on site, my second favorite beginning song is just how can you dig all love be a spouse again? I was like, hey, I like this. So so
Yeah, Kanye's intros don't
so
miss.
yeah,
Period.
number
Yeah.
3 is McDonald's Sprite the album. So yeah.
What?
McDonald's, right?
He said McDonald's Sprite the album.
How I really do be saying I like some about the McDonald's Sprite, bro.
Yeah, I think the next 3 albums for me are 10s. I gotta think on that more. At best, like this one that I'm about to say is like a 9. Like at the worst, it's like a 9 point. I'm gonna be a nerd and say 7 or some shit.
Don't be a nerd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
brother.
a 10. It's a 10, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
probably
9.9, dude.
It's probably a 10.
He breathed
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's a
be honest with you.
9.85.
The top three Kanye albums, all tens. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You mean
Oh,
more like the
they're
top
10,
5.
Yeah,
bro.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
At worst, like nigga, I don't see how y'all can say niggas can say less than like a 9.5 or some shit. But this one for me is The Life of Pablo. Now, this is the first Kanye album I experienced. I remember when it dropped.
Like when
and,
it dropped, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember when
I
it
had the same
dropped. I
thing.
was, I think I was 14. Yeah, I was 14, and it had dropped, and I don't know. I remember a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's mid or whatever," but I liked it. I didn't think it was perfect, but I liked it. Like Famous, bro, like all of that. And then once Ye touched the album up more and more, it just got better and better and better. To now, it's like, nigga, it's one of the best albums of the decade, bar none. Extremely creative and brought new sounds to mainstream. Like Kanye really just made like this is like a collage of ideas, but it's in the best way possible. It's like it's just amazing, bro. Like you got fucking 30 hours, Famous, Father Stretch My Hands, Ultralight Beam. You got fucking Freestyle 4, Feedback, like Waves. Like bro, there is not a miss on this.
Not a
Real
miss.
Friends, Saint Pablo, like
Pablo is one of his best songs, bro.
bro, I don't know how niggas heard that. Modern day MJ with an off the wall flow, and then closed the album out and was like, "This shit was trash." Like,
Yeah.
like, bro, like no.
Freaking Sampha, bro.
Even
God,
part 2, that nigga literally made Panda good. I hated Panda.
You made Panda good.
Like, I love Kanye. It's hilarious. Fucking even the bad, like the quote unquote bad lines from this shit, I love. I'll still that model asshole line. I'll still sing that shit.
I'm singing that to my wife.
Yeah,
Y'all call it all trash, but I bet all y'all know that lyric.
No
Yeah, bitch
cap.
ass niggas.
Facts.
Yeah, bitch.
These niggas, these are the same niggas that'll turn around and go hear Nas talk about and go listen to fucking Drew. What is that whack ass song? Drew Attack Rap or something. My nigga.
Melody, melody.
Yeah, these are the
Oh
niggas
my
that
God.
go turn on halftime. Or that hold me back like you owe me crack. Something like y'all niggas
Oh my
corny.
god.
What's up?
Like, yeah. This album is a fucking 10. This is a cultural masterpiece, a modern culture masterpiece. There is not one miss on this album. All of the experimental ideas work, all of the straightforward ideas work, all of the melodic shit works. This nigga made Chris Brown sound like a good artist.
Yeah.
Let's just stop right
Damn.
there. Stop it right there. That should tell you how good this album is. This nigga made Chris Brown give the best performance of his
Yeah.
life.
No cap.
Yeah,
No
like
cap.
bro.
That's just the way.
Ways
so
Yeah.
And
When you got the
Kanye had
shawty in the whip,
and
bro.
Kanye out rapped him.
Yeah. People don't want to
Kanye
talk about
did.
it.
Bro,
People want
let's
to talk
talk
about
about
it,
it.
but he
Let's
out-rapped
talk about
Kendrick.
it. He out-rapped
Yep.
Kendrick on that shit.
Yeah.
That man,
Simple.
oh my god! I
That
need more
nigga
Mad
said,
Lib.
"Got
I need
pussy
more
for
Mad
niggas."
Lib beats with
That
Kanye
nigga,
on it.
yeah, thank you.
38-year-old, 8-year-old.
Bro,
That Ghostface sample, crazy.
that nigga,
Let that body,
Body.
that body.
that nigga Kanye said, that nigga said, got pussy for beasts for niggas that I did that were more famous. When I become A-list, I wasn't even on A-list. Strippers only get hired
Yeah,
to,
that line.
yeah, where they get hired. When I get on my C job, somebody gonna get fired. I've been on this spy since Lauren
Since
Hill
Lauren Hill
retired.
retired.
And 3 Stacks
And 3
be
Stacks
preaching to the prior.
The
To the
choir.
choir.
I think
Yeah.
every interview you heard about me was true and legendary.
Legendary.
And pay
Pay
secretary to my
secretary.
niggas. My
Hey,
niggas
Yeah.
we
got
gotta relax,
bitches.
bro. We're geeking out right now.
Yeah.
They use their kids for meal tickets. That
Tickets
disconnect from the father
father,
that'll be
the
a
next
real big
generation.
Let's
crazy.
go.
That nigga said, in front, tell all my cousins I love them, even when that's
You
on the
know, but
laptop. You
Dirty
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 motherfucker.
motherfucker, yo,
I just keep
yo,
on loving you,
I
baby.
keep on-
and bro, that hook comes back in, and I'm like, damn, yeah,
But
no,
please,
and don't get,
no more pies in LA.
and
Please,
don't
baby,
get me
no more
wrong,
pies
bro.
in
Do
LA.
not get me wrong, bro. Kendrick rapped his ass off on
Ass
Dude,
that
off.
track.
Kendrick ate that,
He
and then
said
Yeah.
the
fucking
opportunity.
Kanye just came in harder.
Kanye
But
said, nigga,
Kanye
you ain't
came
out
with
rapping me.
Kanye did not go down, bro. It's
He
simple.
said, you think I'm a fool because you're on my song?
Kendrick, that
This ain't all day.
Kendrick had so many
Yeah,
clever
Kendrick
lines.
just did his thing. Like,
Yeah,
Yo, that shit was.
that nigga said made me get spiritual, made me think about miracles, Buddha's Captain
let
Crunch
me say
cereal.
now.
And that nigga
Yeah.
said,
Kanye really
for
said this ain't all day.
game for the lanes that
Nah,
don't know
man,
they a
get
rookie.
killed.
Instagram
It's the
is
best way
Best
to
thing
bust
to
a
post
pussy.
Yeah, that shit was
Yo,
hard.
The
And then Kanye
opportunity
talking about
of
scary.
scary.
yo,
All right,
there's a
we're geeking up.
The
Yeah.
Life
Nah,
Pablo's a
bro.
masterpiece.
We're geeked. Yes. Us
Oh,
being
he
geeked.
made Chance the Rapper
She
listenable too.
said, she braced herself to hold my stomach. Good dick will do that.
That-
Keep pushing me
keep pushing
back.
me back.
Good dick will do
Good
that. Swim me back when it did go too deep. This good dick will put your ass to sleep.
Get money.
Money.
Big
Yo.
money.
Yeah, I love that
shit's a
song, bro.
classic.
Me too.
Yo, we're definitely gonna scare away the hoes with this. one,
We
bro.
scared the hoes. We had fucking graduation at 8.
And bro, let me just tell you, the sampling on that track, Mad Lib, classic dirty Mad Lib,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
And
That
that's not
shit
and
is
that's
hard
not even like a top 30 Mad Lib beat.
at all. And it's still crazy. To this day.
Yeah, Mad
No,
Lib's the
to
goat.
this day.
Never forget.
That's a classic song in every
First
sense.
time.
Simple,
Yeah.
bro. That song will go down as a classic. I don't care.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy, bro.
All right, Banjo. What is your number
All right.
3?
Jesus, unfortunately.
Yeezus Gang.
Amazing,
Damn.
amazing album. I wanted to put it top two, but I'm gonna go with Late Registration and Life of Pablo for top two. But
Nigga, don't
yeah,
spoil it.
nigga, it's not a spoiler. What's the other only two albums left?
Bro, you're spitting, but you need to say it.
But nah, bro. Only thing I got nothing. Jesus a 10. Nothing wrong with the project. I
Yeah.
love it. If anything, it was one of the first projects. Being a dumbass kid that let me know that like you could experiment with shit like that. Like
Yeah.
that nigga took a direction of rap that at that point I had not heard. And I remember niggas hating, and I would just be listening to it. Honestly, the first time I heard it, I didn't even like it that
Yeah.
much. I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I really came to like it. But I just sat there and listened to it because I was like, niggas don't know. Niggas, being an edgy kid, you like, bro, these niggas don't know this is shit great. They listening to College Dropout. I'm listening to these. I'm different. Like type shit. But no, that I'm better than them because but no cap, that shit's amazing though. Kanye
Yeah.
rapping on there, his lyrics on that bitch, crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like how interesting it was. Like that shit was funny. That shit was dark. That shit was stupid. But the structure of the shit was what got me. Like
Yeah. No, like it
it
fit. It fit every song.
yeah, it's like the ignorant ass Kanye on that shit. And New Slaves,
Crazy.
oh my god, bro. New Slaves is such a good song and it's so relevant. It's so relevant.
To them
Please.
right now. That niggas clowning him when he got been talking about shit like that.
Dead ass. Y'all niggas is late. Like
Yeah.
I still hear shit to this day that show me that niggas is late about what he said on New
No cap.
Slaves.
Yeah.
That
To
shit's
this
amazing,
day.
bro. And Hold My Liquor once again.
Juice WRLD
Take two of
stole
the best hip
Chief
hop
Keef's
artists and
whole flow.
yeah, take two of
Yeah.
the best hip hop artists and what do you get? You get Hold My Liquor, bro. Hold My
Yeah.
Liquor is one of the greatest things ever made. And Chief Keef lyrics, like they just need to make a 4-story museum and just have that shit on loop. That
Yeah.
shit's amazing.
Hold My Liquor is what
That
Watch the
shit's
Throne should have
amazing, bro.
been.
When you really just know the old me.
I can't control my
My
Hold,
niggas,
niggas.
I'm gonna say it. Hold the Liquor is
and
And
what
my
my
niggas
niggas,
can't,
they
can't
can't
control
control
me.
me.
Yo,
Yeah, that shit is amazing.
yeah,
Hold the
that shit's
Liquor is what
amazing,
Watch the
bro.
Throne should have been.
And Hold My Liquor is what Runaway could have been.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
exactly.
like it's structured exactly the same.
Yeah,
Like
just
dead
no
Why
3 hours,
ass.
does
no 3 minutes of humming.
why does Hold My Liquor sound like Juice WRLD's on it? Like that
Because
whoever it
that
is,
nigga
whoever
Juice
the other
WRLD ripped
feature is, sounds like Juice WRLD.
World.
Yeah, Juice WRLD seen that and said
Facts.
Kage no Jutsu and just shout
His
cloned this shit.
whole that nigga took his whole sound and just made like 3 albums worth
Exactly.
of it. This
Yeah.
shit's
But
crazy.
worse,
He
But
literally just
yeah,
sounds like Keith on Hold My Liquor.
he
yeah,
does.
no cap. And yeah, like no, I think if anything, Yeezus is probably his most consistent project. If I gotta be honest.
Fair enough.
I
You're not
mean,
wrong.
in terms of like
I'd argue late
how
registration.
Yeah, I would say late or Life of
I just
Pablo for
no
me.
the skits throw it off in terms of consistency. Not that the skits are bad. I love all the skits in that album
Yeah.
actually, and I fuck with skits, but the flow and when it comes to like listening to a project from top to bottom, I'm more like I'm gonna be up and down on Yeezus. Like I'm at one moment,
Yeah.
obviously on site, we're going crazy, we're going dumb, and then Hold My Liquor, we all in tears in our
Yeah.
bags and shit. But nah, no cap though. Like I think when it comes to a flow of a project, that shit flows the best out of all his projects. Life of Apollo was not meant to flow that well, obviously, but it's like it
But it
does
did.
in a way. Yeah, it does in a way,
Yeah.
but I just like the flow of Jesus. And I love how it ends with Bound too. Amazing
Yeah.
ending. Amazing.
Great.
Isn't he? Yeah.
So yeah, that's my
Enzo,
number 3.
what is your number 3?
Number three. I'm gonna have to go with Kids See Ghosts on this one.
Duh.
Phenomenal project. I can't really say like much about. We already spoke about it like so many times.
No cap.
Freaking Kanye's
Matt.
rapping on freaking Cuddy montage, bro. Like
Yeah.
It's
some of Kanye's
amazing.
best rapping on that album. Like period. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Like
I like
Kids See Ghosts
breakfast
is
in
just
bed and I
amazing.
like breakfast in head.
For all my friends that think I'm better off dead.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I'm very Christian.
Yo, that flow is nuts. That flow was
Matt,
beautiful.
my boy, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Kids See Ghosts.
Oh, Kitsy Ghost
Yep.
number 3.
Yo.
Yep. Great collab between Cuddy and
Man,
Ye.
yep.
And yeah, I got no much to say on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now
Top 2?
top 2.
The hardest
Top two.
choice probably ever been faced with. This changes weekly, honestly, but
Mhm.
I think today I'm feeling the life of Pablo.
Okay.
Life of Pablo Foe today.
The most, without a doubt, the most creative and interesting thing Kanye's ever done. It's so
Yeah, I
messy, but
agree.
it's just
Well, not
on
well.
purpose,
Yeah.
and it sounds so good when it all comes together. It's just I don't even know. It's just so colorful.
All
When
Ain't
I
no
right.
heard
highlights.
Saint Pablo, my second favorite Kanye song. We'll get to my favorite on the next album, but
Yes, sir.
that verse about like this generation's closest thing to Einstein, so don't worry about me, I'm fine.
About
That
me,
whole
I'm fine.
verse, oh my
Yeah.
God.
That's
Yes.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
he said, I know it's antiquated, so sometimes I get aggressive.
Civ.
I love that shit.
Yo.
That nigga said, next time
30,
I'm on stage, will y'all go?
30 hours could also honestly also be my top 5. I mean, like, it's my
My ex said I gave her the best.
oh,
She gave me the best years of her life.
one of
Saw a
my
recent
favorite
photo of it. Guess she
I
was
guess she
right.
was right.
one of my favorite alive artists sampling one of my favorite dead artists on 30 hours. Just that
Rest in peace,
Don't
Yeah,
forget
Kanye.
the
that
Rest in
bar.
sample.
Don't
That
forget the
sample playing
bar in Life
Kanye
of
Arthur
Pablo.
Russell
crazy.
sample is just
Don't forget the
amazing.
bar in Life of Pablo. I'll be worried about my daughter. I'll be worried about Kim
Don't
to
Kim to
save me,
save
baby.
me.
Yeah, I ain't
Yeah,
worried
worry
about
about
Yeah,
him.
right
him.
then.
That shit hard. That shit hard, bro.
Have my life threatened by best friends with selfish intents. What I'm supposed to do? Ride around with a
Yeah,
bulletproof car,
progressive tits.
every agent I know, I
Oh,
hate
I hate
agents.
agents.
I'm
I'm
too
too black,
black.
I'm
I'm
too
too
vocal, I'm
good.
too
I'm too
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 flagrant.
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 That's the
Something
new
smelling like
shit.
shit
That's the
too.
new
That's too
fragrance.
flagrant.
Fragrance. We're geeking over nobody.
No, I'm
Okay.
telling you, bro. That's that nigga. Wait, bro. When people say that Gregorius is his best spitting, I'm sorry. No one plays in LA for me, bro.
Yeah,
He spit too much of that shit.
yeah, that shit is amazing.
All right.
And yeah, life. I mean, 30 hours.
Yeah,
Amazing,
30. Hey, that's what niggas.
amazing.
My niggas calling me.
Hey, this Gabe
Alex,
calling.
this my nigga
That
Gabe
beat is
calling.
what carries, but don't get me wrong, his verse is straight too.
I
But
was
that
dying
beat,
when this man
different,
mid song
next
was calling a
level.
nigga named
30
Gabe.
That
hours.
sample, how he switched that to say 30 hours. He didn't even switch it, but he just forced you to hear it that way. The way that nigga
Yeah,
I know,
manipulated your
no,
mind
bro.
on that
Like,
shit.
it
when I
Yeah,
reminded
listen
me
three
of
to the
stacks
Arthur
on there.
Russell song, I'm just
it
waiting for him
reminded
to
me of
say
what Dilla
30
did.
hours, but he never does.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like I fucks with that.
Y'all
I
remember
mean,
what Dilla
Kanye's
did?
done that before. Like, yeah, Through the Wire when on Through the Wire
Yeah,
he did that shit. But
it's just most apparent on
the
30
way, yeah,
hours.
the way he came back and did it again on 30 Hours, crazy. And like how Steve said, each album builds on each other. That was like the final evolution of that
Oh yeah.
idea.
Yes,
No
sir.
cap. That's just amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
Bro, how do you get from Baby Lion Goes to 30 hours? That doesn't even make sense. He does not say anything near 30 hours in the
At
original
all.
song.
Yeah.
That dude Kanye was like, that dude Kanye heard that shit was like, hey, 30 hours, y'all. Like, what?
what the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
Just trust me, they'll get
Niggas in the
this.
studio had to be thinking that nigga was crazy.
It's like, oh,
There's
they'll
no
get it.
way.
They'll get it. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
He
Don't
was like,
sleep on
how did
Arthur. Don't sleep on Arthur Russell though.
do not.
Don't do it.
Yeah, that
Bro,
nigga's
they
a
were
goat.
them niggas was like, bro, why is this nigga rapping about 30 hours? Yo, bro, you wanna hear it? I'ma force you niggas to hear it. Ain't no way you won't.
And we just starting at 30. What the
By the
fuck?
way, 3 Stacks useless feature, but a welcomed one.
One,
Yeah.
yeah,
I love
he
it.
made a useless feature sound necessary.
Yeah.
Unlike
Now
on My
coming
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
All right,
He
look.
did it on Blonde too. That was a useless. I mean, like,
Huh?
did not need to be on Blonde, but it was just,
Yeah.
it was great.
but it's 3 Stacks.
Yeah, it's three
Exactly.
stacks.
Yeah, it's
I
under.
keep
Short
it
Yeah.
ass
three
verse
stacks.
on every song. It
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
Bro, it's three
doing
stacks.
so
No
much.
cap. If
Because if he goes along in verse, like like what's the song on Channel Orange? He goes a longer verse no matter what. He's still in the show. Like
Yeah.
he's still gonna do that with the short verses.
Yeah,
If
But
exactly.
for
but
the
you can't let the
unfiltered
goat talk.
ones, it's
He's
Andre
never listed as
3000.
a feature either.
Nope.
No.
I'm sorry, bro. 3 stacks to go.
You
Simple.
just listen
Yeah.
like, is that Andre?
He
Top
don't even
three.
have to be there for a long time, and he's already
That
like
nigga
one of
can,
the biggest
that
highlights.
nigga can cough
Yeah.
for like, was that Andre?
Yeah.
For real.
I remember that man was walking around my city playing a flute.
The goat, bro.
Hey,
I love that
The
nigga.
fucking goat. I love 3 stacks, bro.
so
By the way, that conversation we had a few days ago about Outcast,
Yeah.
relevant still.
yeah.
Facts. Yeah.
Y'all done like
Now,
a top 10 rappers yet?
we will
No.
eventually.
Nah.
I
Which
don't
is
think
that's
I
gonna
can
be
do
a
one, to be
long,
honest.
long thought. I'll
Yeah.
make that like the 50 episode special or something, just for niggas to get a long enough thought process.
Cause
Anyways,
oh my god, I'm just thinking about names right now. Most definitely Woods. How am I gonna pick two of these? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like, bro, I don't know. The only thing I know probably is that Doom is gonna be number one. Like that
Yeah,
I
in
same.
just
terms
know
of
my
like
top
Hey.
favorite
three.
rappers.
another topic. Another
I
topic.
couldn't
Yeah,
even
Doom is
tell you
number
Oh
my
one
yeah,
top.
by
back to the
far.
top.
Back to the topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
So,
So it's me.
I know it's me. So I
Oh
agree with
yeah.
Steve. My number 2 is The Life of Pablo. I
Oh,
I don't like Chance on Ultralight Beam, but I love Ultralight Beam. Like I love the song, and I heard Chance like I met Kanye West. I'm never gonna fail. I was like, that's gonna be a fucking lie, and he made that trash album.
already
Yeah.
failed.
He fell multiple times.
Times
Yeah,
before that. 10 days fucking
yeah.
unlistenable.
I
So is
love
ass
Father
rap.
Search
I
My
don't like
Hands
Yeah,
Part
that.
that
One.
shit is ass.
I love
Ass rap.
Father Search My
Nah.
I love Father Stretch My Hands Part One, like everybody else does. I don't care. I'll give my girl to bleach her ass so I can make that bar. Part two.
All right, bro.
I also like.
We gotta go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Part two. Uh, I wasn't the type that got annoyed at Panda until niggas in my like everywhere just kept playing it, and I heard this. I was like, well, it's just a better Panda. Thank you. Famous goes crazy. Fucking, I love Kanye. I find it hilarious. Waves, once again, you make Chris Brown listenable after ever. Fuck my life, great song. Real friends, wolves. Ooh, I love wolves. I
The
wish
original
Frank,
Wolves with Frank and Sia. Oh my
yeah,
god.
I wish Frank's track was in Wolves, but that's just a whatever. 30 hours, no more partying, lay, and Saint Pablo is just amazing. This is the album where I was like, yeah, I can see why people think Kanye's top 3 of all time. I can't like. I think this is the second album I listen to the most, besides my number 1. So yeah, Nizzy, what's your number 2?
Okay. So my number two is Kid See Ghost. Um,
Alright, alright.
what can I say about it? Like, the shit is just, it's just a masterpiece, bro. Like, I get what y'all niggas are saying about like it being more of a Cudi album than a Kanye album, but it's just like, bro, everything Kanye does hits too hard. Like, first example, on Feel the Love, bro. That shit
I can still
with
feel.
love, and then Kanye coming in with the all of
That
that. Yeah, bro, that
man
shit is
was on here
amazing.
singing Dragon Ball Z Blast.
And
And
when the
then,
beat
bro,
comes back in.
I feel like his verse on Fourth Dimension is underrated. That shit is hilarious. That nigga said, she said, I'm in the wrong code. I said, I'm lost. That shit is
Uh-uh.
hilarious. That
If I
shit
get
is
locked up,
hilarious.
I'm gonna finish the stent.
Saying, bro, when he first said that, I legitimately screamed. I was like, bro, this nigga did not do, like, my mind was blown. That nigga said it
It's a
from the,
hard, bro. That's
yeah,
literally like I don't care how simple somebody might think that is. That's
it's so
just
effective.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
just dope.
Free, I love Free. That shit is amazing, especially Ty Dolla Sign. That nigga said he lifted me up every time that I fell. It said be free. Yeah. That shit
Okay,
is.
Nizzy, I see you.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, the
That shit.
vocals.
Nizzy
That
got
shit.
pipes.
Nizzy's low key type dollar
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that shit is amazing. So,
Call
Reborn,
that
Cuddy
nigga Nizzy
Montage.
Ocean.
You're hearing Nizzy sing, bro. That's the highlight of my night right
Call him Nizzy Ocean, bro.
Yeah.
It's the R&B album
Yeah.
dropping.
Um, Reborn, Cuddy Montage, masterful songs. I've cried to
Oh
Reborn
my god,
before.
Reborn is the most beautiful song I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, like me and my family used to put that on in the car.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's a 10. I love it. Yeah, and I remember it changed. I did not expect it to be that good because I hate Kid Cudi, and I hate his music. So for Kid Cudi to come on and perform like Banjo said, that nigga sounded like a completely different artist. Like that nigga would. It's just like you could tell Kanye just has that influence on Cudi where he knows like he can just bring out the best in them. It's evident in their songs. So it's just like it's just an amazing experience. It came out of a time where I really needed it as someone who suffers from depression and like anxiety and just kind of the album telling you to be free and shit. It did a lot for me. So yeah, I was blasting this practically all of 2018, from the moment it came out. I still bump it, but like, yeah. Oh, and then Pusha T's verse on Feel the Love. Love to fuck with to trap music. Dope Money just came along. That shit, it sounds hard.
It does.
That nigga
Pusha
said,
T, bro.
yeah.
No,
That
but I'm
nigga,
sorry,
One
I
of
don't
the
love the fucking
best
trap music,
rap
but
voices ever.
yeah.
Yes,
No, it's just
sir.
One
funny.
of.
Or like how that nigga said, we not worried about them other niggas. We them other
Other
niggas.
niggas.
You bust down a rollie, I bust down a brick. Then
Nah,
I
flooded,
flooded,
brother.
Other
nigga.
nigga.
Yeah. I am not to be
He's
compared to
big man to you
rappers.
others. Easy
Easy
does it,
does it,
nigga.
nigga.
Yo, Matt,
I
I
ain't
gotta
more
hear you
easy to
rap this
trying your
verse,
best to
bro.
Yeah.
become me, nigga.
Yeah.
Yo,
Matt,
Matt, rap
bar
this
for
verse for
bar.
me, bro.
Yeah, what
Huh?
what did Pusha T say?
Shoot, man.
Yeah.
It's true.
I gotta go.
So you too. What did Pusha T say? I feel the love.
Hey, yo, Steve, we gotta go.
Yeah, but it's a goated album. I love it.
Why
I
would
love
I hate when there's other women?
women.
Why would I hate when we
Hate when
other
we are
women?
winning. Oh, that shit is hard.
Buy a bundles, fly it out. Bring a friend, I try it out. Ain't no worries, finding out. The details is ironed out.
Yeah,
Easily
that
they
bar.
plays along.
And then I play
I
a
play that
song.
song. Love the fucking trap music.
Dope money.
Just came in along.
Yo, that shit hard, bro.
Yeah, that shit is amazing. Fire's underrated too. That
Yeah.
shit is underrated. But yeah,
That was my favorite song when it first came out. When Kid
yeah,
Cudi
I
first dropped.
love Kanye's when it first comes in.
That
He's like,
beat
I
is
love all
like,
your shit talking.
yeah,
I love
Yeah,
this.
that
What
shit
you
that beat is
talking?
so hypnotic, bro.
Yeah,
Well, what we
Especially
talking
Cuddy
about?
Bro,
Fire.
Cudi's hums on that are like flawless.
yeah.
Well, which song?
I
Fire.
love all that shit you talking.
Oh my god, Fire is so good.
There's not a bad track on the album.
No
They're all
cap.
perfect.
Yeah.
All
All right, Banjo. What's your number 2?
What's up? Um, damn, good question. Uh, I'ma say late registration.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna go with that. That's my favorite Kanye song. Heard him say that's my favorite Kanye song. Doesn't have a miss. Another 10 out of this guy. I think his top. Damn, his top 5 is pretty, pretty much all 10s.
Yeah, damn near.
You cannot go wrong.
Yeah.
Like like when we first started, it was unanimous that the 10 through 7, what was it, 10 through 8.
10
It's
through
all
yeah, 10 through 8 was
pretty much all the
unanimous.
same. It was all the same, but it's like in a sense, our tops our top threes have been mostly the same too, from what I can remember. So it's like, but it's like nobody. It's not even a problem to pick either of these between them. The only reason I put this below Life of Pablo is just right now. That's what I feel like.
That's
Like
just
this
how
could
I
change any
feel.
moment. Sometimes I think Yeezus is his best album. Other times I think, but at the end of the day, the top three, the top four, really, all of those change for me all the time. So I'm gonna go with Late Registration today because um,
That's just how he
it's not
feels.
as yeah. I don't. There's nothing better or worse than Life of Pablo. Just at the moment, I'm gonna go with Late
All
Registration.
right, Enzo, what is your number two?
Number two. I think this is like when I first started like getting into music. This is probably like the first Kanye album I heard, which is like College Dropout. Obviously, I don't know why, but this album is like so musically like satisfying to me. Like the soul samples on this, like I'm a sucker for soul. Like
You
anything
lost
with
me.
soul
Yeah,
sample.
that's true.
Yeah,
You
it
lost
just I don't
Just
know.
let him finish.
me.
We don't care. Like that first 8 song run is just freaking flawless. Like,
True.
and you got 2 words through the White Family bit. Like, yeah, amazing
All
album.
falls. Did anybody mention All Falls Down? How good that song
Yeah,
is?
we did.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
we
I said
did.
that
I
Called
I
it.
did.
think.
that
I
first
hope
eight
so.
song run is just
Yeah,
phenomenal.
amazing song.
Addicted to my nigga in Paris.
Oh
Number
yeah.
two.
Yeezus. I got Yeezus at number 2.
Is that a tie?
I
Oh my god! Don't tell me that's a
is it
tie.
really? Why?
Wait,
I
wait. Is it?
no,
What?
I don't think.
No,
I
no.
didn't
I
think
think so.
it
No,
was.
never mind.
What happened?
I thought it was a tie between the Life Pablo and Jesus.
No, no.
Nah, you're good. Continue, Matt.
All right, yeah, Yeezus. I like the direction he went with this album. It was actually like one of the more first experimental albums I heard, so it was very weird for me when I first heard this. Like the very first listen. This was a few years ago, so I gotta say I was in my oh god, I was in my Eminem phase,
Oh.
and I hated it when I
Why?
first listened to this album. Um,
You had an Eminem phase?
I had an Eminem phase, yeah,
Look at
2013
him.
to like
Look at him.
2017.
Oh.
Oh God,
I'm sorry
man.
to hear that.
I'm glad
Yeah,
you came. You went to rehab. Got clean.
I didn't relapse. What? Anyways,
Jeez.
My son Banjo took him to rehab, bro. He was like, nah.
No,
Then we
we gonna
shut.
get we
he
get you
put
We
out
me
shut
on
there.
him
that
up
Dilla
there.
stuff, and
We
then
put him
yeah,
on the
most
Dylan up
Exactly.
there.
We're gonna
Yo,
get you out there, white boy.
Dilla will change anybody's life, bro.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
If Dylan
Different
doesn't change your life,
conversation.
you're
Different
destined for
conversation.
hell.
Different conversation.
Yeah. So, anyways, revisiting this like year after year, it's grown on me every single time. And Nizzy explained to me the concept of it, and I just loved it even more. So I'm just like, wow, like New Slaves, Guilt Trip, freaking Hold My Liquor, Blood on the Leaves, Send It Up, Bound to, like, oh my gosh, it's so good. But yeah, that's my number 2 spot.
Now we're in the only spot that matters. Number one.
And
Steve, what is your number one?
there's only one left. It's one of my favorite albums ever. It's Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I love
Jesus.
and there's not a single aspect of this album that I don't love. The abrasiveness of On Sight and I Am a God and oh my God, everything. It's magical. My favorite song is my favorite Kanye song, and also one of my favorite songs ever. Guilt Trip. Not the usual pick, but
Yeah.
I can't get enough of that
Why you're
song.
so
It's my
different?
favorite.
Uh-huh.
It's one line from Cudi. One line from Cudi, and it's my favorite thing that Cudi's done. Just the way that he performs that line. I just love
Yeah,
it.
crazy.
New Sleeves, Hold My Liquor, even Send It Up, and I'm in it. Amazing songs. Bit of a hot
Yeah.
take, but yeah, I'm in it is a great song.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Uh,
So I better get my little story for number one. So number one for me, it's Kids See Ghost. Now, as I said before, I went through the whole Kanye journey. I finished with Kanye Yeezus. I finished with obviously Life of Pablo, then Yeezus came out like a month after. And I thought, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty nice. And a week later, they were like, hey, want some more? Kids See Ghost, bitch. And I was like, oh, I like this. And for me, Kid Cudi was like my nostalgia thing, which I was like, I like him, but I know he's kind of not good. So I was like, well, Kid Cudi on a Kanye song. I like all the Kanye Kid Cudi songs. So this is about to be good. I did not see Kid See Ghost coming. Needs to say, I cried like a bitch.
Hmm.
I I folded. I folded so hard that I still to this day have like when the album first came out, all the songs were mixed up. So Fire was like Kitsy Ghost
Yeah,
and
I
Cuddy.
remember that.
Yeah,
I did that
yeah.
was me
I still
too.
have it
Yeah.
to this day. So anytime I see some fucking song, I'm like, oh look, Fire playing. And it's playing like Fourth Dimension. I'm like, I don't mind, because like
Yeah.
all the songs are just amazing. And like I said, I cried to Reborn because during this phase I felt like shit, and hearing Reborn
I
just made
feel
me
that.
feel better. I
You can
literally,
Yeah.
tell it was a guilt
uh,
trip.
I feel
yeah,
like everybody felt shitty at that time, and like
Yeah.
bro.
Reborn came into our lives and changed it,
It's
bro. Like
So
everything, bro.
yeah,
if I
Them
told you
It's
where I
hums.
just
was at that time, bro, in my life, I needed that shit.
Summer
yeah,
yeah, same. Yeah,
2018
bro.
was
I
sad
needed it.
as fuck.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
was.
how I used to listen to
Damn.
albums, right? Is I used to like use to multitask. I used to play like whatever game did not need me to think or whatever, and just listen to the album. But when Reborn came on, I had to pause it and just cry for like a whole 5 minutes it was on. And don't get me started on Cuddy Montage. That's my favorite like Kanye song in general. When this man was like,
Damn.
everybody won't.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, I
respect
know
that.
it's a Nas line. I get it. It's a Nas line. Everybody want world peace. Saying these get shot in the dome piece. Then go buy your own piece. Hoping to help you find your own peace. Bringing light to what they don't see. I was like, damn, bro, this kind of hidden. Especially when Kid Cudi was
Yeah.
like, oh, stay strong.
Stay strong.
I was like, need
Uh
that.
oh.
Let's just
Yeah.
say to me, this is like the album I need the most without realizing it. And like I said before, I think I listened to this the most out of all Kanye's albums. It's
But I tell you
beautiful,
what, though,
beautiful, no misses, and I literally have this shit mixed up, and I don't care because I'm listening to any song that comes on anyways. I love it. That's my
that
number
dude,
one.
when that dude Cuddy was like, had so much on my mind, I didn't know where to
Where to
go.
go?
I
Come a long
Yeah.
way for them haunted me. Have me feeling oh so low.
ain't
Yo,
nobody
that
Yeah.
shit
gonna get
hard. That
away.
shit hit.
Yeah.
Shit
Yeah.
hit.
That nigga Kanye said, I want all the pain. I want all the
All
blame. I
the,
want, I want all the
but
smoke. I want all the
all
pain.
the, yeah, I
Yeah.
tell you what, Cuddy audio, let me draw your
Your
brain.
brain.
Out of the
All
Oh
the
audio, it's
Mario,
all the
Mario.
Mario,
All the
game.
game.
All the
oh yeah,
Mario, it's
Mario,
all
you're
the
all the
game.
game. I'm going
Yo.
to reborn. That yeah, it's my number one. And I don't think it'll never change from number one for me.
Jeez, bro. No, that's my favorite. That's my favorite album Kanye ever is on, bro. No, no cap.
No
I
cap.
love that album from top to bottom in ways I can't explain.
5 through 2 will change, but number 1 will never change for me.
I was off the chain. I was off the
Off the
drain. I was
chain.
off the meds. I was caught a saying, what an awesome thing. Engulfed the shame. I want all the rain. I want all the pain. I want all the smoke. I want all the
another
blame.
thing.
I'm
Nizzy,
telling you.
what is your number one, and why is it Cruel Summer?
Niggas listen to Cruel
Lamborghini
Summer?
Mercy.
Oh my god, niggas listen to Cruel Summer? Like really? Like
Bruh.
it's really what the
I don't
fuck?
With
think
the
so.
ass shake,
Bruh.
that's an
Yeah, that
ass
shit is
play.
ass.
Is it even on streaming? Because
Yeah.
if it is, I would know.
Somewhere deep, dark in the desert.
Build a house
That
up on
shit
the
I
is
would
hills,
rather
that's an
listen to Watch
ass
the
play.
Throne.
that shit is buried in a zip file somewhere.
Bro, that shit needs to be in Davy Jones' locker, yo.
That dude said better than zip file. That's just terrible, bro.
Yeah, that
What's
shit
your
is
number one?
ass. Yeah, So my favorite song favorite song my favorite Kanye album number one is Yeezus. Uh
Wow, nobody expected that.
yeah,
A
yeah,
right
real
turn.
shocker, right? I have blown you niggas away officially.
Cruel Summer has an R. Kelly feature on it.
Huh? Yeah,
Jesus.
throw that to Davy Jones Locker.
Anyways, let me stop.
Yeah, that shit's awful. So my favorite yeah, so Jesus, bro. Next level. One of the greatest albums I've ever heard. I love everything about it. From the abrasiveness to the fucking wild, crazy, simplistic lyrics. Like, bro, what's not to like? On site is probably like my most played Kanye intro. That shit is just so transcendent. Uh fucking like New Slaves, bro. That's like I think for me that's my like pick for like Kanye's best song. Like that shit is amazing. That nigga said my mama was raised in the era when clean water
Cook.
was only
Oh, don't
served to the
even.
fair
Fair
skin.
skin.
Doing clothes you would have thought I had help, but they wasn't satisfied unless I picked the cotton myself.
So,
Bro, like that shit, like Jesus is just like,
doom, 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 doo
Boom,
doo.
yeah,
boom, 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 boom.
bro, that shit. And then Hold My Liquor, oh my God. I'm in It is a great song. I've been saying that for a long time. The sour sauce line and everything. I
Eating
love the
Asian pussy with sweet and sour sauce.
yeah, like I love the themes of narcissism and egoism and like all of that shit. Like it's just, and I feel like aesthetically it's my favorite Kanye album. Like from the tour to like the merch that like I don't know, bro. Like it's like truly a transcendent piece of art, and niggas who think it's like better than fucking there's niggas that think that like he copied Death Grips, which I don't see how an album with Bound 2 on it is a Death Grips copy, but whatever. uh
Exactly, bro.
yeah, that shit is hilariously stupid. Bound 2 is beautiful from the sample to Kanye's funny ass lyrics. That nigga said, you gonna have to learn how to forget after all of these long ass verses. That shit is hilarious. Jerome's in the house. Watch your mouth. Like, that shit is a 10, bro. That's Kanye's best album to me, like, overall, including collabs. Like, that shit changed my life. Like, in the meanest of ways, because it told me, like, that's like, and Jesus is kind of what started making me like accept trap music more, because like I was a person that didn't like trap, like on some old head kind of shit.
So Nizzy
But
was the
Yeezus
old
was,
head phase.
yeah, I had a old head phase,
I
and
think we all
Yeezus was,
did at one point, like getting into
yeah,
rap, like
yeah, you did,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's my real rap phase. Yeah.
yeah, and then like it's an album
Venom,
that's so,
venom.
yeah, it's an album that's so simplistic but so effective and so
yeah.
masterful. Like it's just like Kanye really outdid himself. It has like the minimalism of the life of Pablo, but the extravagant, self-grandiose atmosphere of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I honestly feel like Jesus was what My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was trying to be. Like this
Yo,
kind of dark.
I was literally gonna say that with my thing on users. I feel like since
Yeah,
like we both have it as number one, like basically like
yeah, like
I was gonna say that people think like people see like twisted fantasy like how Jesus is like
yeah, like it's truly like what My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy should have been.
hmm
Like in terms of how it views like sex and narcissism and like being high off of your own ego, like, and then coming down from that ego, like it exceeds and surpasses My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy in every way. and I love the fact that it was like the anti My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Also,
Hmm.
like it's Kanye's magnum opus for me. Like I can talk about this album for 3 hours. Like
Yeah, we know.
yeah, this shit.
You
I
already
used to
have.
tell Eli when we were in school, I was like, nigga, that's Kanye's best album. Better believe it. And
Some
like,
Naruto ish.
yeah, like that shit, bro.
Believe
Like,
it.
it's just it's next level, man. One of the greatest albums I've ever heard. Like, and in terms of like favorite hip hop albums, it's definitely in my top 10. But that's for another time. So yeah,
No cap. Banjo, you're number one.
Life of Pablo. It's the most messy project, the most beautiful project. Takes Kanye's life and looks at it from a perspective of many different, avenues. His lyricism on it is very inconsistent in terms of structure. He goes from a very heartfelt, long thought out process to another, like Freestyle 4 where he's just spitting bullshit.
that
And
song is
and and
amazing.
it's amazing. I like the very randomness, all the randomness to it. I love the production. The aesthetic is what gets me the most probably. I think overall it's so loose but so focused because Kanye is that. It's the most Kanye album there is. And Saint Pablo, um, Saint Pablo is like one of Kanye's most introspective songs on a level that I can't explain unless you just listen to it, bro. Like it's amazing. Yeah, Kanye is a very odd person, you know, and he thinks highly of himself, but he doesn't think that it's a crime to think highly of yourself, which is something that as a person who doesn't think highly of himself
Yeah,
needed to
same here.
hear.
No,
I
like his
like
his ego makes you want to be better. Like
yeah, it's like maybe I don't feel, as highly as he does, but somebody else doing that. Like it's shit like when Kanye would hear a song everybody called garbage, he'd be like, yeah, that's great. I think it's amazing. Like he'll say that shit. He'd be like, everybody hates the song. He'd be like, well, I think you're wrong. That's just beautiful. And then like it goes back, especially at this time when he was starting the Yeezy brand up, build it up to what it was today. It was like it was one thing I was watching him say. He was talking about like at the first Yeezy show, there was like 5 people that showed up to um to like write about the whole situation. And he was like, "Don't worry about it. In a few years, we had these rooms filled and people were ready for it." And he did it. And it's shit like that is the reason why I love Life of Apollo because it's like he doesn't just talk about shit in that sense. He does it, and in a way that Jay Z could. Like
yeah,
Jay Z isn't as creative as him, but he's that creative. Jay Z isn't as risk. He doesn't take as many risks as Kanye does, but Kanye, he's gonna take all those risks. He's gonna lose his money to do it. He's gonna die by his shit because he truly believes in greatness. And it's like
yeah,
the life of Pablo shows that to an extent I hope people understand. Songs like Highlights, where he's like, "Yeah, you fucked my bitch, but guess what? I'm rich."
yeah,
FML. He brings the best out of people, and that's what Life of Pablo
yeah,
is about: bringing the best out of people. All the features and everything. It's an amalgamation of wild shit,
yeah.
but it's so it's so interesting to me, and it's like the best thing about Kanye is his attitude, his personality, and Life of Pablo is all that: his personality, his attitude,
Nope,
and
I definitely agree with you right there. That shit, that nigga,
it's
yeah.
it's amazing. It's
Niggas talk
amazing.
about old Kanye, but old Kanye's all over that album.
And he makes
Hmm.
fun of those niggas. I
Yeah,
love it. And like we've been geeking over No More Prize in LA. I could geek over it for 2 hours more. But
yeah,
it's like that's the like the what we were when we were geeking over bars where it's just Kyrie being the only way you could
Kanye.
yeah. And you hear so many people say that, but it's like really that's the truth. And it's the most authentic form of music that he's made, in my opinion. Because it's
No, it's
it's
him.
forcing him to be like he's forcing himself to be authentic because he took so much away from who he was beforehand. And that's why I like Ye so much too, because at that time that's what he felt like he was. But it's like Life of Pablo took so much of what he wasn't doing before and got like you think about albums like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy or 808s, and it's like that's not who that nigga is, bro.
Yeah.
Graduation, that's not who that nigga is. But Life of Pablo, you see that, and it's like, bro, like this is the most authentic version of himself.
Oh yeah,
And it's
it
like,
is. And it's such a brilliant collage of everything he had done up until that point.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like
It's
how he
like a
touched,
mix of everything into like one project, you know.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I know,
yeah.
Matt.
All right. All
It's
right.
like I fucks with it too much to not have it number one. I think that's his magnum opus. Simple.
No cap.
A
Enzo,
dub.
what is your number one?
Damn, bro, my son Nizzy hit me with the when you grab the mic, you don't go next. But but yeah, Nizzy basically like covered everything. It's Jesus, man. Like it's like so in your face. It's just perfectly produced across the board. It's like an album that truly makes you ascend, bro. Like Jesus
Yes,
is
sir.
yeah, bro. Number one.
Matt, my boy, what's your number one?
What Nizzy did to Enzo, Banjo did to me. Life of Pablo is
Yeah,
number one
Banjo
for
went off,
me.
bro.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
he like
Yeah.
went so in depth with that, but yeah, this is like we said before, it's like everything into one. Like this is like Kanye at his peak, everything creatively. Like it's just yeah, everything
Well,
you
you
would want in a
know,
Kanye album.
at
So
least our number one is fairly different. Hold on.
So like, yeah, I agree, Matt. Amazing, top, t- top of the top, peak
I
music.
I will
All right.
agree with y'all
easy.
Are
niggas.
we gonna
I
go
do think
through at
it
the
Wait,
end
is
okay,
like
wait,
top
wait.
ten?
All right.
Kanye's.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
I
back.
like it is definitely I could never decide what was more creative, The Life of Pablo or Yeezus
Yeah.
because like Yeezus like I feel like the influence in Yeezus and The Life of Pablo are used to the same extent, but they both create something so different. Like it's just
Yeah.
like I've never seen an artist utilize his influence so like influences so well. Like it's just I don't know. Like Jesus and the Life of Pablo, like the top two Kanye albums for me, like solo wise. It's just like
Yeah.
those like they're everything I love about Kanye, like
Yeah.
rolled into one. It, like honestly, if a person asked me like, "What do you love about Kanye?" I'd like just listen to Jesus, listen to New Slaves, listen to Saint Pablo, listen to Real Friends. You know, listen to Hold My Liquor. Like
Okay.
it's just like that's how I view those albums. Like Kanye's my favorite artist ever. Like I think he'll always be my favorite artist ever. So it's like if I'm saying this and I'm saying like those are Kanye at his most creative and authentic, I really mean it because believe me, I've went through his albums back and forth many times. There was a point in time I'm one of those people that condemns idolization, but if I ever came close to idolizing a person, it is Kanye. So it's like he's actually the
Same.
person that made me not want to do that anymore. But like it's just like so when I'm telling you that this is him at his most creative and authentic, just know that this is a genuine opinion of mine.
Yes,
Like
sir.
that was Kanye in a place where those two albums were Kanye where he was just like, fuck everything. I'm not appeasing to the masses anymore. I'm doing what the fuck Kanye West wants to do. And he took the criticism and all the backlash like a champ. Now everybody's trying to make their Life of Pablo. Everybody's trying to make their Yeezus.
The
Niggas have
808s.
been yeah, exactly. Like everybody is trying to mimic what Kanye did on those albums. Some live up to it, some don't. But like it's just
JPEG Mafia.
yeah, JPEG Mafia, like
Veteran is
niggas
like
not dropping
building
on
off of
time.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Literally.
Yeah.
yeah. Vince Staples was like Big Fish
Like
Theory,
Big Fish
Tyler with
Theories,
Igor.
Jesus. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
like
Igor was definitely one of those things where he
It's just the better 808s.
yeah.
but it's like Yeezus influence.
Yeah.
I know Cherry Bomb
Yeah.
is too.
Yeah, Cherry Bomb
We don't need to talk
definitely
about Cherry
is.
Bomb. That shit blew up
Yeah,
my ears.
But that was a mess.
yeah. But like,
That wasn't a good mess.
yeah, but to sum it up, Yeezus and the Life of Pablo are Kanye's best solo albums. They're his most
Yes, sir.
transcendent and his most creative and at his most Kanye. Fuck all you niggas that talk about that old Kanye shit. It's new Kanye over here,
Dumb
nigga.
bitch.
Yup.
All
Oh yeah, of
right.
course.
So the general consensus for Still Striving, number 10 is Jesus is King. Number 9, 808s. 8, Graduation. 7, My Beautiful. 6 is Yay. 5, College Dropout. 4 is Late Registration. 3, Kids See Ghost. 2, Life Pablo. And 1 is Jesus.
All right. Yeah.
Dub.
Duh.
Big
Yeah, that's a good
dubs.
list.
It is.
I think we created the best list there ever was.
The best
Man,
Right.
list.
We went crazy in depth too.
I
Like
seen
that.
dudes put Life of Pablo at the bottom.
Yeah, we gotta
That's
put
that
the
shit,
weird
highlights
too.
too.
that shit make me angry.
Crazy.
She's a J. Cole stan. Just ignore it.
She doesn't.
Jewel.
She doesn't like Kitsy Ghost. That hurts my heart.
Yeah, she was like,
Damn,
I asked her
Banjo.
about it. She was like, I was like, late registration on Kissy Goes. She said, Kissy Goes to trash. I said, yeah, we don't.
I.
And then talk about it anymore.
She listens to KOD in her spare
Yeah.
time. She bumps it too.
Nah, she shit on KD. I give her that. She said that shit was ass. I
Oh,
was
she
like,
did?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
At
then
least she can
she
admit
bumps,
it.
she knows.
Shit
All right.
out.
All right.
She just gotta
Different
come to the
topic.
realization that they're
She
Different
knows by
topic.
J.
the
Cole.
same.
We can talk about it next
Yeah.
time she's
Or
on.
she's listening on a Wet Dreams.
Hey, y'all
We
get
can
off
talk
of
about
shit
it
like
the next
shit like
time
Pablo
she's
best.
on.
No,
Shit like Pablo the best Kanye album.
Yo, can we
All
have a
right.
J. Cole listening party? Like
No.
that'd be fun.
No.
That'd be so
God.
funny.
I'll go to sleep. Live
Like
call.
we should listen to Born Sinner. Like
I'll
Oh,
die.
Bro, I
gross.
did Born Sinner's
I'll
one
die
of the two
sitting.
hip hop albums I fell asleep on.
We're getting off topic, Your Honor. All right.
Yeah,
All
drink
right.
3 shots every time you hear a bad song.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm gonna overdose,
yeah, we're gonna die. We're gonna pass out.
We're gonna
bro.
be dead, nigga.
For your eyes only, nigga. More like for your dreams only. I'm gonna be slumped.
Nigga dumb.
Oh
Anyways,
man. No, this was a great list though.
all right.
This was
Yeah,
fun
this
talking about
still
something.
striving. This is a great list for still striving.
Thank
Amazing.
you for having me.
Nigga, we're still. I hear racism.
Well, we've been on for like 2 hours.
All right, look. All
I
right,
spent
we
2
get
hours and
it.
45 minutes.
We get it. I'll just go
That's-
straight to the down horrendous joints. Now, guest, it's a pleasure to have you on. You know, spread the word and y'all can live. Now, for the niggas that are staying, we have this joint called Down Horrendous. Is look, you already heard what it
What?
is a lot of times. So Down Horrendous, we speak on a situation, and 1 through 10, you tell how bad it is with advice. And we had some
Wait, so we're
some
ranking it?
tens.
We're like rating it.
Like 1, it's whatever. 10 is like, dear God, get some help. And last week we got a
Or
lot
like-
of
or like
tens
the
for
down
Down
bad
Horrendous.
police.
Yeah. Last week we had a lot of 2 10s, a record, some might say. All right, so the first Down Horrendous joint.
I'm gonna go pee. I'll be back.
All right. Am I bad for telling my mom we haven't had a good relationship in a long time and I want to live with my dad?
That's it?
Oh, you know, there's more in that. I used to have a good relationship with my mother that has since crashed and burned since she dated and married my stepdad Gary 6 years ago. Gary treats his son like he's the center of the universe and expects my mother to as well. So she does. Anything Ian wants, he gets. And that usually comes at the expense of me. I'm dying. Ian wanted my room when they moved it. So I was forced to get another room to make the transition easier for everyone. Ian wanted the car for his 16th birthday. I didn't get braces for another year. Ian wanted to go to an expensive trip for spring break. I had to give up volleyball to make it happen. Ian wanted his side of family over. I was expected to find somewhere else to be since I wasn't family. My mother just went along with all this and acted like it shouldn't affect me. So I went to see my dad overseas for a while, and he was upset to hear what was happening to me. Blah, man, I always choose a fucking long shit. Uh, she freaked out that I wanted to live with my dad, and because she did not understand why this came out the blue, because she thought we had a good relationship, but I told her that she blindly decided to go with Gary instead of her own child. Now she's crying and saying I'm being a jackass for being how awful I am to my own mother. So I'm over here thinking, what should I do? Am I really in the wrong for telling my mom this? So
Live with the
long story
first.
short, she's the one with the short end of the stick, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna live with dad." And the mom's like, "What the fuck? I thought I loved you." And you're like, "Bitch, you literally chose your stepson and left me to get fucked. You don't love me. I'm going with dad." And now she's crying, and the stepdad's like being an asshole to your mom type beat and all that stuff.
Um, I think the nigga had a feeling. He felt something was happening. Have his reasons laid out. It's not a matter of trying to make you feel bad, my nigga. It's this is what's honest. So no, he's not in the wrong.
Yeah, I
Simple.
don't think he's in the wrong. Like the nigga basically feels neglected, so the mom is in the wrong. And instead of like that's the thing, and this is you know, you know, there needs to be communication.
Yeah.
The mom needs to be checking in to make sure her kid is feeling like she she's getting. Is it a he or a she?
Is a she?
She's getting what she needs to get, like in terms of nurture and care. So I feel like it's the mom's fault. It's totally the mom's fault. You need to be checking in on your kids and making sure they're content with where they are. That's what my mom does to me. And over the thing is you got to put in an effort when you're more outgoing to see what your kids are doing, to see how your kids are feeling. The more and more when they have a problem, they're going to talk to you about it. So then uh there's no like where you're holding it in, where it's like a cancer inside you. And she's not in the wrong at all. Go live with your dad. If your dad is upset and he feels like he can take care of you, better go right ahead. You are not in the wrong. She is not in the wrong in any way at all. Like she's doing what she wants to be loved. That's all. She's a kid that wants to be loved, and she feels like her dad is going to do that for her. And I think he'll do it for her too, because he actually seems like he gives a shit. So, yeah, she's perfectly in the right.
Yeah. For me, I feel like I was kind of in the situation where I was like, "What the fuck, bro?" Because at least to her extent, imagine needing to go somewhere else because the other kid want their family over. He's like, "Well, you're not part of their family, so go somewhere else." Or be able to like, instead of having something you actually need like braces, you can't get braces because the other kid wants to have like some dumbass party. So you gotta hold out for a year because that kid wants it. So that I was
Crazy.
like, yeah. So in that I feel like there's too much of a big power struggle between like priority over the two kids, and it's the other kid. Like
Yeah.
like I said before, the dad's used to it always having this attention to his son, but the mom doesn't, and should be like, hey, there's two kids, and we should like even it out. I know you love your son a lot, but I love my kid too, type beat. But that never happened, and that's why your kid feels that way. You dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Check on her more.
That bitch is
Yeah.
acting like it's rocket
She's
science.
like, she was like, what happened? I thought you're happy.
Yeah, you can't just assume. You always have to check in on your kid, even if they're happy. You just gotta like let them know for a further affirmation. So yeah, that
I gave it
the
a
mom
4.
is
The mom's a little bit of an asshole.
yeah, yeah, same.
Banjo, our guest, how you feel about it? Damn, these niggas died.
You
There you
wait.
go.
So what are we talking about? I
Okay,
was thinking
so
of
okay, Steve.
kids.
Okay, so Steve. So basically, the shorts, like to be short, there's this girl
Yeah.
that her mom got married, and the guy had a kid. So
Uh,
as the guy and the mom was spending more attention on the kid, like they would take him to like some crazy expensive trips. We'll give him a new car, and then meanwhile, while this is happening, she would get fucked and like not get braces for a year. Had to give up on her volleyball shit, like stuff like that.
hmm.
So
How
eventually, she's
old was
like
she?
16. Well, she's 16 when she decided to dip.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Fuck you, mom. I'm going with dad." And the mom was like, "What happened?" Start crying, and the stepdad was like, "What the fuck? You're an asshole. You making your mom cry."
Hmm.
So that's basically it. Like they think she's in
There's
the
like no
wrong.
communication there whatsoever. Like,
Yeah.
So, um, I mean, it's a newborn,
No,
right?
it's not.
common
It's
So
not a
sense.
newborn. Actually, the kid's older.
Oh,
The
I
other
thought you
kid's
were
older.
saying the mom and the stepdad had a
No,
kid
no,
together.
no. They
Oh,
had no.
okay.
The dad had a kid
Okay. So her mom is focusing more on
on
her
the other
Yo.
kid.
stepson.
On the other
Okay,
kid.
that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad. That's
two
bad. Yeah.
families mixing.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure a newborn wouldn't have a car.
Oh, I didn't even hear that. Um, yeah, she's not in the wrong for leaving
No, fair enough.
or wanting to leave.
So 1 through 10, how bad is the situation?
Oh, how bad is that?
Down bad, down horrendous.
Um, from whose perspective? Like,
I guess you could say the daughter, because she might feel kind of bad for
yeah,
making her
it's like
mom
a
do stuff like that, and also getting neglected for a while.
yeah, it's like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, fair enough. Banjo, how you feel about it? This
I'm
nigga's
going
still
with the
there.
7.
All right,
I'm
light
with the
7.
7.
you called him slipping.
For me, it's an 8.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's an 8 because she's gonna go with her dad. So the situation seems like it's gonna be handled.
8 means it's worse. What do you mean?
Huh?
8 is worse than like a 4.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, second one. Am I bad for telling my roommate she can't clean her piercing with pasta water?
What the fuck?
What? Huh?
Bro, just skip
Wait,
that. Skip
whoa.
that.
Yeah, we're not
Wait,
about
Wait,
that.
what?
Yeah.
what?
I don't want to know anymore. I don't want to know
Yeah.
All
anymore.
What?
right. Am I
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
wrong?
want to know
Okay,
anymore.
okay. Am I wrong
If
for
that's the only
telling?
2 you had, forget
No, there's
about it.
more. There's more. This is the
No, we
last one,
don't want to
actually.
know.
Am I wrong for telling my parents I resent them for pushing me to spend so much time with my sister? My parents and my sister, ever since we were little, my parents wanted us to spend a lot of time together, and sometimes they told me I couldn't do something because my little sister wouldn't be invited, like my best friend's party, because she wasn't old enough to go. I was devastated. They went to like some cool park, blah blah blah. But when I got older, I couldn't work on weekends. I couldn't do anything because I had to watch my sister and spend time with them. I got really frustrated recently because my sister wanted to go to a certain store to get a dress, and I was out with a friend. They called me and told me I needed to come home and spend time with her and take her to the store to get the dress. I told them I already had plans, and they told me that, well, we need to make a new plan now and tell my friend family time called. When I got home, I told them I'm tired of them pushing us together so much, that I resent them for pushing that time so much, and that I should be able to relax or have friends and not have to drop plans immediately just to give my sister a dumb dress. I told them I should be able to do things and that she can, and she should be able to do things that I can't. They told me that they're just being normal parents and this is the life of a sibling, spending time with them and changing plans for them. I told them they were the reason I didn't get invites to parties because they're the parents who brought a sibling with an invitee, and no one likes that. This happened so many times, it used to make me feel bad. That even some actual friends didn't invite me because their parents didn't want any part of my sister to come, and my parents wouldn't keep her home. They said that that was the problem of those adults. I told them that I blamed them and that they were wrong to do it, and spending time with my sister didn't make up for the shit I missed. Am I in the wrong here?
No.
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 I hate when parents do that dumb shit where they force you to be with your siblings all the time.
Yo,
Like,
I'm go eat.
Yeah, it'd probably be
I
better
dog.
back.
All
All
right,
right.
peace out,
Bro,
Steve.
Pleasure
it's
having you
11
here.
o'clock.
I know.
Like
Pleasure having you.
dinner just got done. I swear.
What?
Bro, like
Them niggas
they've
is
been cooking it
vampires,
up
bro.
in a
Bro, they're
roast all
bumping
I,
King
day.
I had
They've
Vamp.
been
dinner
making a
at times
roast,
too.
They're
bro.
bumping King
Oh,
Vamp. Oh my
roasted. Roasted's
god.
fire though.
It is.
Eh,
All right, pleasure having you on,
Bro,
Steve.
but thanks for having me.
Yes,
And
All
sir.
right, Steven,
I'll
yo,
be on the
All right,
next one.
peace,
Just let
Steve.
me know.
All right.
All right, Steve.
All right, see ya.
word up to borrow
Alright,
marks.
hey, but like keep it borrow marks, borrow carks. But no, keep it a stack with you. I hate when they do that shit where they try to force you. Like, don't make me raise your kid, bitch. Like, I hate
Yeah,
that shit. And like it's obvious that it's like the parents want to be alone time and not have to deal with the siblings. So, oh, go give it to your sister because your sister's there. Now we're gonna paint it as family
where
time.
it's like, yeah,
Like, we're not fucking robots. It's not okay. You are now in a family, therefore you live by said program. What the fuck? I got my
yeah,
own life, regardless to whatever the fuck the family got going on. And just because I live on your roof, bitch, doesn't mean that I can't have my own life the way I want to. I hate when parents assume that just because you live under their roof, they got to do certain things. And I swear to God, if I was here and I was out and she told me to come back over that shit, no way in hell. Simple. No way in hell I
Amen.
would have done it. Like, they would have to deal with. They would have to deal with whatever. I would take whatever came after it too. Because here's the thing: you're in the wrong for yourself for dealing with it that way. Don't do it. Simple. Then they'll be forced to figure out how to deal with it. You know, you being who you are now, or as opposed to whatever it is they're trying to make you do with your sister or whatever. That shit's annoying. It's one of the
yeah.
most annoying things parents do. Like, by far, I would never do that to my kids. Fuck all of that. Like, that's
Ye-
so annoying.
No, yeah,
When
it just seems like they're trying to get her to raise the sister damn near.
I can't stand the whole raise your sibling shit. That's one of the most
Lazy parenting.
that
Yeah.
ass, bro. That shit is
Thank God my mom is
disturbing.
not like
Yeah.
that.
I know like single parents with 3, 4 kids that still deal with all that shit. You got two parents and only 2 kids, and you couldn't just fucking keep the kid at home. Like,
What's the
what? That's crazy to me, bro.
She
Weird
gotta be
champ.
white.
They gotta be white.
Weird champ. I got it right
I
because I know black mamas be juggling like 7 kids by themselves.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
they be juggling bitches.
It ain't
because
no
that's
problem.
it's probably
It's
true.
single black mothers handling it like bosses and
single
shit.
single black mothers are the fucking jewel of the universe. They be out here wilding, bro. It
Oh
don't make
Yeah.
no
god.
sense to me.
I hate this. I was in a situation. Now, unlike this person, I was annoyed from it. Frame one. Now, little insight for people. If you don't know, fairly chill. Now, if you know how my brother is, you would not think we were related. He's the type of nigga that'll always fight and lose. And I would have to be the one like, well, gotta get him. Oh, he's got, oh, well, he's getting in trouble again. I gotta do shit. He's like, oh, squad, go help your brother with guidance. I'm like, bitch, mom, I will fight. I was supposed to help someone. I always want to fight when I don't fight in the first place. He's like, no. And when I always wanted to hang out, I guess what I gotta wait for him. When I wanted to go to school early, guess what I wait for him. A lot of shit. Nizzy's knows this. We had a whole
Yeah,
intervention about the
yeah,
fucking shit he does. And I was like, I was low key annoyed with him because of it. And even the thing is, how I was treated at my age when I was like 16, 17 is totally different how he's treated. And I was like, this is weird, champ. Like, I won't get too deep in it. That's for another day. But I can say, not a fun feeling. Whack. Don't like it. Get the fuck away from me, you dumb sibling. I give it this an 8.
probably like same around there too.
Yeah, probably 7 or 8. Lazy
Yes.
ass parenting. Come on, dog.
Ass parenting. It's
Come
like, oh,
on,
just like the
man.
other kid do it. That's like when the parent calls you to get the remote. That's in the same room as them.
Oh yeah, bro, I hate
Oh
that
my
Swear
shit.
to
god.
God, that shit's
For
so
real.
stupid. Why do they do those things? They
Yeah.
use their kids as little bitty slaves, bro. Like, it's
For
so
real.
weird.
Alexa,
Or
you play
robots or
new
something.
slaves. Oh my
That is the
god.
one thing my mom does. My mom will tell me to get her purse when she's like right there. Like, sometimes that shit be having me hot. She call me, make me take off my ear, take out my earphones and shit. Like,
Yeah, I say that one of the craziest things my mom ever did with that was
My son
her
Lazy be trying to
her
make his R&B album.
that ass.
Interrupting him.
Bro, like one of
What?
the crazy things that happened to me with that situation was my mama had her keys next to her coat, like where she hung them up at. And she was going to like she was at her coat. And I swear to you, the coat and the key is at the same elevation. The key is just to the right. And she's like, "Hey, yo, grab my key from me." I'm on the other side of the room. I look at her crazy, and then she give me this mean ass look, and I'm like, "Oh, this isn't real. This isn't real."
The worst that
I later
happened to
asked
me.
her why she did that shit. She was like, "Because I was about to go put on my shoes and blah blah blah, and you could have just got the key for me." I'm like, nigga, there's no way.
yeah,
There's no way you couldn't have got that fucking key.
The
You just being
worst, the
lazy.
worst thing that happened to me was when I was like at like 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, okay, I'm gonna go grocery shopping. And I was like, okay. I went to go to sleep. Hear my phone blowing up, and I was like, oh man, that was a quick grocery shop. It was only like 10 minutes. And she called me. Was like, hey, can you pass me my drink? I was like, huh? I'm outside.
Huh?
I was like,
What?
what? You woke
What?
me up for this?
Oh shit.
bro, what the fuck?
I was like,
That's funny.
Oh my god.
I was like, wow,
His
you're
mama
right
called him from
outside.
outside, said, "Nigga, bring me my drink."
Nigga, that was a daily thing for me. My mom would pull out the driveway and then call me, dad stopped in the fucking road talking about bring me my drink. I left it on the table. Yeah, it's like damn near 5 p.m. I'm trying to fucking play some games or I'm taking a nap, nigga. I'm in high school. The fuck I look like doing shit on a weekday.
Yeah,
Like,
like, yeah, nigga, it's just funny.
I was like,
Sometimes it
what
just
the
becomes
fuck?
funny.
you
that shit
just
is
you
hilarious.
just
But I
had
tell
to
you, in
be
those
Yeah,
moments, oh my god, that shit's so
those moments
annoying.
had to be like, what the
yeah.
fuck?
No, like my mom, like I remember one time, like my mom, we used to she used to frequently use the remote, lose the remote to the TV, and she would have us look. Sometimes we would look for like 30 minutes, bro. Whole time my mom was sitting on the remote,
Ah,
talking
shit.
about,
Bro.
oh my bad.
Oh, my bad.
That
Wasn't
happens
me.
too many times. I gotta look.
And the thing is, I'm like 13, 14, so I would be hot.
You're
Like,
looking at her like, you
I
serious?
had too many
yeah,
moments of that.
yeah, like but at least I guess for from we look back and we laugh on it all the time. We always have good laughs over it. Like me and my mom, we're cool like that. Like we'll laugh back on shit. So, but that shit used to have me hot as a kid.
I
Cause there'll
literally
be
got
times,
in.
where you really looking for it. You really thinking you lost the remote whole time my mom's sitting on it. Like, bro, what?
Yeah, literally when I was 7, I was starving, and my mom was like, "Hey, Elijah." I was like, "Yes, mother, pass me that cupcake." It's the last one. I'm like, "Mom, I'm dying." He's like, oh well, bitch, pass me it." And I was like, "I hate being a slave," and I got grounded for it.
But I said there was one night my mom wanted me to take. No, so like when I still live with my mom, me and my brother would like swap. It was just me and him at the time, so we would swap out when we take out the trash and shit. And it was his day to do that shit. I told him to do it. The nigga didn't do it. I was like, all right, mom gonna come for you or whatever, right? My mom was working late at the time, so she came back, and I guess I don't know if it was because she was working late or something, but she had forgot completely, and of course, she assumed it was my night to do it. So she came in, had to be like 2 or 3 in the morning, breaking my door down, my nigga, talking mad shit about this. I'm like, I'm in a different universe because I'm so far in this sleep that I can't believe there's anybody still alive around me. And she talking about some, why didn't you do this shit? I'm like, dude, look, bro, hear me out, bro. I said, nigga, close the door. Because I thought it was my brother.
He said, "I thought it was my brother."
That's what I said. Nigga, close the door and turn off the light. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, never call your mama a nigga.
Yeah, she was smack you.
Damn, nigga, you got spanked your ass.
Yeah, I got,
You guys got your ass whooped.
I got fucked up that day, bro.
That nigga said I was so deep in my sleep, I called my mama a nigga.
Yeah. Who you calling a nigga? I'm like, wait, what?
That nigga woke up that
Oh
time. Like, wait, hold
yeah.
up. Like, mama, I didn't know it was you.
Grabbed you by the shirt, grabbed you by the head.
I was like,
threw you up.
Mom's, chill, yo, chill.
Your ass over here.
Yeah, that shit was funny, bro. I'll beat my brother ass the next day. I was like, I can't believe your dumb ass ain't do what I told you to do because your bitch ass wanted to be lazy. Now you got me fucked up, and I didn't even need to be. There ain't no reason for
You
this.
talking shit to me, and really it's mama.
Right, I'm thinking you coming in. I'm like, nigga, why are you? I check, bro. When I heard the shit at first, I didn't even look back and see who it was. I just checked my phone to see what time it was. I was like, nigga. I was like, this nigga.
Damn, that's funny. That's hilarious, bro. That's some shit like that. If that ever happened to me, bro, I would. I'm like, who you calling a nigga? Like, my mom would probably fuck me up.
She snatched me up, my nigga. That shit was dumb.
That nigga said I thought it was my brother.
Dead ass, bro. I thought it was that nigga bullshit. I don't know what the fuck he came in there about or some shit. I don't know if the nigga saw some type of. I don't know what it fuck it was. My op outside. I had to get this strap. I didn't know what the fuck it was. So I was like, nigga, close it.
He's like, nigga, close the door.
Nigga,
Famous
close
last
the door.
words.
Won't say that again.
Damn, that's
The
hilarious.
second I heard who you calling nigga, I was like, hot,
Boom.
fucked up.
Yeah,
that
that nigga said, help me.
He's opened wide. You're like, oh shit.
That's some everybody hates Chris shit.
Dead ass, bro. I was like, this is the end of the line, bro.
It's over for me.
Bro, like, if that was some shit, like, I would have jumped up, like, mama, I thought it was my brother.
Yeah.
You know, like, nigga, I thought it was
Yeah,
my brother.
that's why I was like, hey, look, before you start waxing a nigga, chill out. I was like, it's dumb late. She ain't want to hear none of that shit, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit.
He's
Damn,
like,
that's hilarious.
late enough to call your mama a nigga? I'm like, relax.
She's call your mama a nigga.
Nigga, close the door. That shit's dumb, bro.
Damn, that's hilarious.
All right. Well, this is a great episode. Episode 7 is still striving with our guest, vegan nigga, aka Enzo, and our communist nigga, aka Steve.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
White communist nigga.
You know it. This is episode 7, and we are out, Your Honor.
Let's peace.
Peace.